We are back with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as
Carrick Marshk.
We have Cronus as
Jackson Rodskala.
We have Hadden as
Tilde.
We have Marcus as
Clovis Adalas.
We have Sammy as
General Gifton Greysteel.
We have Spice as
Aspiopius Steelshod.
You have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who'd like to give the recap?
I'll do it. Oh, yeah. You can have it. Feels appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch, thanks.
I made it.
He wouldn't want to cut you off there.
we started the session with just figuring out what our next stages were to do, and in preparation of eventually going after Corvus Adalas with the help of Lord Harcount and his device. We learned that we may have needing to expedite this process, as Lady Gentle had paid us a visit in Beacon, saying that she possibly has been made. We collected our things, split up the group after a small discussion of maybe doing some psychological warfare onto Corvus Adalas, bringing his deceased father, and thought about perhaps bringing Faldir back, but that was quickly dashed. Corvus, some of the simulacrums, and Saxon and Telde ventured out to collect some bodies, while Gifton, Carrick, Cassiopeia, and I think that's it. Oh, General Roselle and Lady Gentle ventured into the Feywild, collected the device, which was just a shard of the obsidian pillars, and the rest of the simulacrums, brought them to Lord Harcount's and made a great show of a ruse of the Lord Harcount on the simulacrums and berating them and continuing to berate them as we all ventured together and left the simulacrums, leaving under the guile of Lord Harcount. We descended into his bat cave and ventured further in to find where the artifacts were all being stored. The rest of us teleported in via a magic rune circle into the same area, and we staged the item and awaited the arrival of Corvus and the gentleman.
Okay.
Battle ensued, and Corvus Adalas lays dead at the feet of an angelic Gifton and a beheading of Talde. From the beheading of Talde.
Yeah, we
Bye, Tilde.
Yeah.
got cut off
Bye,
at the
Tilda.
end of the
Yeah.
session.
Sorry, bye, Talde.
Just as a note, for anyone that's listening, the party didn't actually pick up the obsidian. It is just the box that the strange shard from Noran was in.
Mm-hmm.
My mistakes on that one.
Yeah. Right, go ahead and take yourself a standard inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Pick it up. Don't put it on the table.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
Right. And
It's not a play immediate.
no. Yes, we are resuming basically where we left off. Gifton wading the sort of now headless body of Corvus Adalas slumping over.
Unfortunately, I might need to do an arcane check to be sure, but I want to verify what needs to be done to prevent somebody from being resurrected in any regard.
I'm assuming you're wanting to do that in a very quick way because of who's in front of that body right now. Right?
Yeah, mostly mind recall, but
Yeah.
yes.
In that case, go ahead. It's actually probably going to be a religion roll.
Okay.
Because most of the casting that does such a thing is divine in nature. Okay. Disintegration of the body will prevent a lot of resurrection, but there, some of the magics that your party are capable of don't even need anything.
Okay, and if some of my party is capable of it, it's theoretically possible that somebody else is.
Mm-hmm.
Was he completely robotic to anyone besides me?
No, he's fine to me.
It's fine.
Okay,
No,
I'm
was
going
fine.
to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Gifton is down on the ground, the decapitated Corvus.
Corvus approaches. His pistol is still raised and trembling.
Oh, great! It's gonna shoot Gifton in the back of the head.
Is it aimed at?
It's aimed
Anything?
at a prone body on the floor.
Okay.
It's aimed at Corvus, which I guess, well, the place where Corvus would lay if Gifton wasn't holding him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
It may be prudent to destroy the body. We do not know of any contingencies he may have planned.
Roselle's actually coming over, sort of reloading his pistol as he does for holstering it, and going, yes, given his disdain for magic, I doubt he has anything like that planned, but, well, prudence.
Put him down.
He should be allowed to rest. It's over.
Down.
It's over.
Put.
Please, please don't.
I don't want to do this. And
Please. Gifton's gonna slowly let him down.
we will bury him. Not destroy. I don't care if he has something up his sleeve. I expect that he does. But we aren't going to destroy him. He's looking between Telday and James.
Make an Arcana check. If there was a magical thing that was set up, I'm just trying to think if, tossing quick dispel magic on the body might deal with anything that's that.
Potentially, depending what it was.
If we could just
Your magic won't work
dispelling.
around it.
Well,
I mean-
if that anti-magic effect is still up, then no resurrection magic is going to affect him.
to disappoint.
We need.
I'm just gonna be standing next to the body and cast prestidigitation real quick.
It fizzles out.
Okay. Well,
Let's
it still works.
stop playing around with this. We need to remove the stone from him and get it out from our vicinities before we all boil away from its poison.
Lady Gentle's actually walking over to say that and goes, if I may.
You're probably the most outfitted for this.
Gifton's going to slowly pull away from the body, kind of in that shell shock state. She's just looking around for anything else, and I'm going to go start revivifying all of Harkount's men.
Okay, yep, you can do that.
God, it burns. We're already undead.
I don't know how many of them are down, but I have enough spells that I can hit at least 8.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, so
I
bring
think
them
there's
back.
less than 8 that have died. There's more men than that, but they're basically.
Well, I will
Yeah,
do
really good
8
at what they do.
revivifies, and then I'll spend the rest of it in just to heal spells, if that's fine, because that's what I'm doing in the
you
background.
get a few thanks. One of the people you actually resurrect, there's that goes, oh, not again.
I'm gonna pull that one in for a hug very suddenly.
That's all right. It's all right. And you get a sort of very awkward pat. Wait, am I dead? They're looking at the angel. Meanwhile, Lady
Technically,
Gentle
I guess.
is actually putting a very heavy looking box out. And she's sort of looking over Corvus and goes, I'm going to do this with as much respect as I can, but it's embedded. You might want to leave me to this.
Do it.
Anyone,
I'll help.
anyone with morbid eyes, you're more than welcome to look. And she is going to basically start opening up this strange sort of embedded metal casing that looks like it was merged into Corvus's body, and start retrieving the radioactive rock.
Corvus is helping her and watching.
Kirk's gonna walk away.
Meanwhile, Harkount is actually coming around. Looks like he's vaguely staggering a little bit, almost tipsy, even, but sort of quickly straightens himself out. Blood
Were
soaked.
you injured?
No, just have not felt like that in quite some time. It is a strange euphoria. Your business is done here, then?
Soon.
You may, and he just sort of gestures around at the various dead gentlemen and such. Take what you will, although I request that you leave me one body unpilfered.
I think we can definitely do that.
Then I trust that you will behave yourselves down here. You may use the elevator when you wish to come up. I will leave you to your business for now.
Not to. Do you have a coffin?
You can't ask the vampire if they have a coffin, Cork.
Jeez.
So rude.
This is a jest at my expense, yes?
It's not. Do you have a means where we
I think
can
he
put
told him to put
a
his body in.
body in?
I assumed you came in with the funerary bag. The one that was in it is no longer.
Oh. Yeah.
But if you wish for me to procure you a appropriately respectful means of conveying him, that can be arranged.
Please.
If Gifton gets things done, she's gonna excuse herself up the elevator. She can't watch this.
In that case, you're able to actually join Lord Harkount as you step onto the elevator. As it doesn't actually take you that long to resurrect people with the rate you can cast spells.
Yeah.
Are you
Still have
still in
Lord
your
Angel
angel?
form.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn this off right now. I'm just that's what it is. A little bit more cramped in the elevator on the way
Vampire
up.
Dragon.
Yeah, Dingus is having a great time.
Wait, is everything fitting on that?
No, if Dingus is in dragon form as well.
Well, it's up to Dingus. It's his thing to turn off. So
He will turn off unless his mummy get on the elevator, and he won't go with.
yeah.
Harkount sort of
Wibbles and then gives it up.
looks you over briefly, and there's no look of disdain or anything on his face. You feel there's slight uncomfortableness from him, But the like very gingerly reaches out and like gives you a very unpracticed pat on the forearm, which feels very chill. And he goes, I understand that this may be a upsetting event for you. If there is anything I can do to help you and yours, then you may inform me.
Thank you for your respect and kindness, sir. I will endeavor to stay out of your way when we get upstairs.
Perhaps some warm beverage, a tea, perhaps. Help calm your nerves.
She's gonna be looking at her. Are you sure you're okay?
I am on fire, and I am trying to be respectful.
Suddenly, smoke starts billowing out
Take
of
care
her
of yourself, sir. I'll be fine.
And
I'm gonna give him a weak smile.
and he just nods, and the elevator's going to start going up. Meanwhile, Lady Gentle actually retrieves the radioactive rock and quickly puts it into the case and shuts it. Before removing one of the tinctures from her belt and quickly downing in it.
Everyone do the same.
Should also try and get that technology off him.
Later. We're in Beacon. And now,
start checking the other bodies. And seeing-
Corvus puts Corvus in the bag with his head.
Okay. Alright, you are able
Sets it
to
aside.
store Corvus, button up the bag. Checking bodies.
Yes.
Yes.
Any in particular starting with?
I'm starting with the three
Strange.
the strange gentleman.
Yeah. Okay. You look them over and
popping the anti-rad also.
yeah, I assume everybody's doing that.
Corvus is, yeah.
I'll even do it. I did it before.
Yeah. Yeah, you start checking over one of these strange gentlemen that were accompanying Corvus, and they're wearing much the same sort of material jacket. It's thick, heavy. It's armor in the sense of thick fabric helps protect. But they don't appear to be carrying any items. Everything that they have on them is attached. It's part of them. These strange mechanical gun arms, these helmets that, if you want to try to remove that, the helmet, you are welcome to. Just don't know if you are.
I'm right now trying to figure, also as I'm looking at trying to figure out if there actually were people or if they're a construct or
if you actually start like stripping away layers of material and so on, you will find what looks like to be flesh. You open up the coat of another one, sort of lift the material that's there, and you see plating that has like it's sinking under the flesh. I think we all know what it looks like when there is grafting over metal. Yeah. Yes, these do appear to be people.
Or what's left of people.
I'm gonna kind of put the clothes back on to cover them. That's quite a thing there.
We should take those and incinerate.
Probably for the best. I don't. Didn't know you could do that.
Hello.
Don't know if they were even actually. By looking what I do, can I make any check to figure out if they were actually like really considered alive?
I mean, it depends how much you're exploring. If you're just lifting up some of the fabric and finding flesh, maybe not. I'd give you a roll. If you want to like remove helmets or try to like peel away more or something like that, maybe.
Can I make a check to see? I guess a medical check would tell me if they are dead now.
Yes.
Okay, I will make a medicine check. Not a very good medicine.
It's a little tricky because most of the places you would check for a pulse seem to have mechanical apparatus and so on. But they feel dead for sure.
Hey, I'm just imagining Carrick lifting the arm up, letting it go, it drops, and going, oh, they're dead.
Yep.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure I don't need checks to make a roll to be at least dimly aware that if the things he specializes in were pushed far enough, this could be the result.
I mean, this has happened before. There's been plenty of experimentation with creating weird flesh melded automata and so on and so forth.
Didn't we deal with a couple?
You have dealt with some at in Sahar. Hexenreich have meddled with it before.
Yeah.
The Hexenreich scientists were partial.
So when Carrick does make the comment, if I didn't know you could do the checks, we'll just give a very, very dim eyelets.
The other gentlemen, the assassins and the regular, do they have the eyes?
Are you going to start unmasking all the gentlemen here?
Yeah.
Okay. The assassins, much like the assassins that first appeared on the boat, yes, they do indeed. There are, of course, more gentlemen here than we have tokens of, because there was a big fight. Roughly a third of the gentlemen, not including the assassins accompanying them, have the black eyes. A lot of them don't.
Corvus will spend the time and extracting the eyes.
Cass is actually going to stop him from extracting one of the assassin's eyes.
What?
That one stays intact.
He did just say he needed one of them.
And it's better if one of them is the assassin that kills him.
She has a point.
She does.
There's a narrative that needs to be filled, and that would be the one that would be the easiest.
We can always
Fine.
arrange
Yes,
later
yes.
to remove the eyes.
Yes, fine.
I am also...
Do you need me to roll for these, EU?
Oh, what, to remove them? Yes,
Yeah.
give me a medicine check. I'm just going to let you do a blanket one for how many are you actually trying to take? All of them?
All of them.
All
but the one.
This is going to take you some time, so I'd actually...
He is going to do it.
Give me 4 medicine checks, please.
4?
Yeah.
What's the card that I have? Gain advantage on your next. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll bump that second one to a 22.
Okay. Your flash of inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay. Over the next 20 minutes, you'll successfully extract most of the eyes here. Quick incisions, little pop. What are you putting them in?
I have
Bag.
herbalism stuff. I have potion alchemy stuff.
Trying to
I have
pop
my
them into
bag.
bottles.
Yeah, I mean they were in the bottle before.
They were in a jar before.
Yeah.
You're going in the jar.
Over sitting there, handfuls of eyeballs. What do I do with all of these eyes?
While he's doing that, check separately is going to be checking the necks of each.
Okay. Yeah, quite a few of them do show signs of that invasion. Not all of them. Some of them do seem to have been here by their own volition, or maybe more traditional coercion, or maybe an actual willingness to follow. You don't know, they're dead.
We do know that this guy possibly had one.
Yeah, but not everybody here was controlled. Perhaps a quarter of the people here were under control. Although it does seem to be a lot of the higher ranking ones. You can tell by insignia, so on.
The we had of how those things work, did they basically embed in the neck and stay there attached?
No, they enter through the neck and move up through to latch onto the base of the skull, essentially. They sort of wrap around the upper spinal column.
Like a gold.
It's basically a gold, yeah.
Would we have had any awareness that if the host dies, it dies, or does it potentially still live?
You never found that out.
Okay, any of the ones with the mark on that, Shax is very calmly putting a bullet in the base of the spine.
Okay. What were you saying, Carrick?
Are the ones that have them mix of people who do and don't have the eyes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm also casting detect magic and checking like weapons and stuff.
Oh, okay.
To
Right.
see.
A lot of glow. It's not like complete suffusion on most people. In fact, you see a scattering of one or two items, mostly amongst the lower ranking men, the assassins and so on, some of the less ornate people. But it looks like all of the higher ups had nothing on them. At least that shows through detect magic. But yeah, you can collect a few items, which I'll give you a list of.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
The
Yuli?
gentleman.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead, Toby.
While Carrick's checking that, Cass is policing the assassin we're using as our scapegoat.
Mhm.
Checking his pistols, seeing which ones were fired and which ones weren't. Going around to the other assassins, collecting spent casings from their weapons, and leaving them with the one that we're leaving. I'm basically staging him to look like it was a bigger firefight than. And the new heart count gave him a hard time.
Also, a quick question, since we were verifying the cross-section of people with the eyes, people with the neck thing, did we make sure that the unmolested one is one with or without the neck issue?
If you're going for one of the assassins, checking the neck, there is no indication of invasion.
Okay.
In fact, if you check the assassins, none of them have that.
Mm-hmm.
Guys were probably either incredibly loyal or blackmailed to hell.
I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound type thing.
I'm actually going to do something else. Just as a precaution, the boxes that are broken, I'm just going to make sure that there's, nothing obviously dangerous to us, by the way.
Can we? I'm hearing everyone as a robot. I'll be right back.
While I'm going around just putting bullets in brainstems, could I also just, for any of the ones who have modern rounds, could I gather those up as well?
You can do, yes. Once you guys have sort of settled down on your looting a bit, you see one of the men who you've seen with Harkount a lot, seems to be one of the head guards, sort of snaps his fingers and starts waving at the others, and they do actually start collecting bodies up and start dragging them towards the elevator.
Corvus will make sure he gets every blade.
You go to get every blade, but the head guard sort of looks over and he goes, "You're leaving one."
Leaving one, yes.
And
One body unmolested.
And that body is the one that he himself picks up and carries into the elevator. Upstairs, Gifton, Lord
After a
Harkount.
little bit, I'll let the angel thing go away, and I'm just gonna try and be quiet in a corner, out of the way. This is uncomfortable for everybody.
That would be
right
nice,
now.
except the Lord Harkount has actually brought you tea himself. Sort of comes into the room, sets it down in front of you on the table, and stands up a bit straighter than you've seen him stand before. Like, there's clearly a energy, and you can see his face is softening. The lines are sort of vanishing even as you look at him.
Combat seems to be well.
Yes, quite well. And blood carries many things. It gives life. It gives knowledge. But
Oh, did you learn anything good?
how to better behave in this era. and other things that aren't quite so savory. So perhaps you will have a drink with me.
Sure.
And
I'll have a tea with him then.
And
I will keep the angel form up for this.
Yeah.
And I forgot I don't have my ring, so I actually can't be normal size. So I've got to hold this for a while.
to the passing of your beloved friend, and to this era of my life.
To new days.
And new beginnings. And he actually pulls out a little wine goblet, which he just holds up to you, does not drink from it.
Okay.
And then you hear the sound of the elevator coming up again. And he smiles a little bit and goes, to my death. Would you mind assisting?
With your death?
I would be good for the adventures that saved me to be seen saving and defeating and all of this.
Sure. Just tell me what to do.
And you see his guards starting to emerge, and they are dropping bodies down in the hallway. They are splattering blood up against the walls. They are making it look like the fight led to this elevator shaft. And they are basically just making this look like a whole lot more carnage than there actually was. The body that the head guardsman is carrying is sort of not quite set down. It's held in front of Harcount, who reaches a hand out, places his against the body's chest, mutters a few words in Draconic, and then the body takes in a ragged breath. Your orders are to pursue me into the front of the courtyard and to drive your blade through my torso. Do you understand? And the walking corpse just nods. Good. Once it has done that, would you mind chasing it out and taking care of it?
Of course.
Good. Oh, indignities that we face. And he sets his goblet down, and he starts to walk towards the front door with his ghoul following.
While this is going on.
He nods to his men, who start to shout, bashing swords together, unloading rounds into the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harcount flees out the front, yelling, pleading for his life as this assassin follows him out. Lord Harcount tripping,
start giving chase, but I will be too
falling,
short.
And as he lands on the ground, the assassin in front of unwatching nobles peering out of their own abodes, their own windows, drives his sword through Lord Harcount's chest.
Mm-hmm.
Who lets out a very, very convincing death rattle.
I'm gonna yell for Cassie to help me because Cassie's fast.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And Cassie will come charging out and basically
Cassie upstairs,
right
or she's still downstairs?
He's downstairs.
Oh,
Cass is
I
downstairs.
thought we went up.
We have to
No.
elevator, I thought.
No, they took the bodies up.
Oh, okay.
I
Did-
mean,
did
yelling
it-
for someone who's not able to be there.
If people wanted to follow the guards up with the bodies, they're more than welcome to have.
Yes, Cass will, because Cass has no reason to be downstairs anymore.
I will ask who is staying downstairs then.
Corvus.
I think Shax is until we can find a way to either transfer or destroy those strange gentlemen.
I figured me and Cassie had no reason to hang around downstairs.
Lady Gentle is staying downstairs. Razel's staying downstairs. He doesn't want to be associated with nonsense.
With who's downstairs, Carrick will go up too.
Okay, Carrick's going up. What about
Alright,
Talday?
I came in the back door. It seems a little weird to try and pop out the front, and I might as well stay down here for now anyway.
Okay. In that case, Cassie can rush on out to help you. You're gonna strike down this gentleman, assassin.
You want to take the shot, Cassie? Do it.
Cass will take a long shot from down hall.
It'll make more sense if Gifton's gonna back you up with arrows, but I'll let you take the shot. But I'm stopping short over by heart count because it would make sense Gifton would try to get to him.
In that case, if you are both like holding short of it, one of the guards is actually going to go and outside scene.
Oh, I'm running outside. I'm running outside where heart count was. That's what I thought. So I'm running outside where heart count was. I'm flaring up the light show as big as I can, but it's just I'm a ranged combatant. I have a bow.
You've got a great sword.
Oh yeah, that's right. You know what? Fuck it. I'll chase him with the great sword. I'm just
gonna say as a GM, Cassie. If you guys try to shoot the animated corpse, it's not gonna have a whole lot of effect.
All right, I'm going to chase it down. Cassie, chase it with me.
Yeah, Cass is going to run it over.
Yeah, we're gonna run it down and hack it up.
Okay. All right. Yep. You fly outside, hacking, bowling it off of the count. Who?
Cass is going to pretend like it's a bug.
Looks really dead.
So about
oh no, they killed him.
It looks like the normal version. Sorry.
The guards sort of rushing out, following you. One of them yelling, for a healer, ordering his men to get the Lord Harkount inside. Basically looking like they're picking up a fallen VIP. And he is quickly dragged back inside, but not before a spectacle is made before the neighbors.
I'm gonna sag a bit as he goes in and just go to Cassie. I think we failed.
Cass is going to pat Gifton on the head, even though Gifton is like taller than Cass right now.
Gonna rear up, get up there, pat.
Pat. And I'm going to lead Gifton in.
All right, we're gonna go back inside unless they want us to stay outside.
Okay.
You're just leaving a body out.
Once you're back inside, the doors are quickly yanked back, shut by the guards. Lord Harkount is standing on his own again. One of his men very gingerly pulling the sword from him, which he just. Ugh.
Do you need any healing magic?
No. Does not agree with me.
Very good acting, sir.
Can we switch servers?
Yes. 1 second.
Sorry.
Okay, servers are switched. If there are any more problems, it is going to be on your end.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've been watching. I had perfect connection, so just
okay.
Right.
Very good acting, sir.
No, thank you. Right. I am going to go to rest. No. Yes. You can see his butler that's actually come up to him and is measuring basically where the stab wound is. Before he just nods to his lord and heads off. And Harkin goes, I am going to go recuperate a little before assuming my new role. Do not be disturbed by the body they bring out. It is, the cologne spell.
I do now.
Oh, it creates a very good facsimile of oneself and would normally be used to inhabit upon death, but it has, of course, never come to that with me. But it will make a good, properly dead body.
You're the only person I think that's ever sounded sour when saying something like that.
Life stretches on to an insufferable degree for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Still, the little pleasures, right?
Mm-hmm. If you need anything, let us know. Even if it's, blood donations, I'm sure some of us can kick you a couple bottles.
And thus you show yourself as the truest of allies. He says it with a smirk that might be a smile.
Well, I can't heal you. I can at least offer what I can.
Kindness. Well, please make yourselves...
Don't worry about the pleasantries. We understand it's an awkward situation. Go tend to yourself, my lord. Thank you for your kindness.
He just gives a curt little nod as, yep, I like this dropping of things, and just heads off with a couple of his men. Meanwhile, his head guard sort of comes on over to the three of you.
Where would you prefer us to stay so that we were out of your way?
Frankly, don't worry about being out of the way. Quick go over of the story. The gentlemen have launched an attack upon Lord Harcount upon the visitation of his son. Unfortunately, they seem to have been after our Lord himself as well as the valuables here. They have struck him down, much to the tragic loss of us all. His son will be courageously holding things together. Will have proved himself in battle himself. And I'm sure you will speak very kindly of him.
I certainly will in my report as a general of the Barassian army, I say with a smile.
There's a little pause as you say that and goes,
That's so going to her head.
that is more of a collaboration than we'd expected, but if you are still willing to play ball.
I am willing to play ball.
Oh, marvellous then. I'm sure that will be very appreciated and will not be forgotten. Right, as adventurers that have been hired on repeatedly by the Lord Harcount and are quite trusted by him, we have left rights of looting to you. As thank you for your help of helping defend the young Lord.
Most gracious.
Beyond that, it was a chaotic brawl. It is hard to remember exactly when things started and when they went down. Right, I suppose we should collect your companions.
Roughly how long has it been since everything, like the starting of...
It has been a flow of time.
Okay. Long enough for them to have cleared the stuff that they're trying downstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to wait up here, I'll tell them it is time to leave in politer words.
I think we can... that will do.
Corvus looks up to the group remaining down the basement. He's slumped against a box by the bag. Does someone go and get Carrick so we can leave through the teleportation for those of us who did not enter through the door? Then help me, somebody move me.
Do you not wish to take your usual route out?
I get the feeling there's some kind of bloating.
What did you say, Kronos?
Jack's Lingam. I get the feeling there's some level of warding against that sort of thing that was purposely let loose to allow this to happen.
They were able to get in that way.
Again, they were let loose to allow this to happen. What I am saying. I would not be surprised if that was back in place again, just in case.
Isn't Gifton would have my head if I took my way?
I will say that me and Lady Gentle would likely leave, as I doubt either of us want to be attached to this, but if you're wanting to leave to keep up the subterfuge of who entered, I don't think it's entirely necessary at this point. As we were attempting to deceive our... well...
attackers, not...
You aren't there,
anyone
Cass.
else.
You aren't there, Cass.
No, I'm just talking to myself.
Sure.
That's just joining in on banter a little bit out of character.
Well, at least someone did the coffin arrive or something.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, you got the feeling it'll be a little bit later. Come, we should get these out of here. And can I assume Shax figured out something to be able to transport those damn friggin' altered gentlemen?
You hadn't told me you were trying to.
Either that or destroy them. Would I have had a way to destroy them down here? Or destroying anything else in the building?
How would you destroy them? I suppose I should ask. You have what you have on you.
Unfortunately.
I know disintegration. I think.
That would work.
Lady Gentle's sort of look up at that. She's actually crouching down near one of them going, need we react with haste?
I don't think we should.
At the very least, we need to get them out of here.
These ones in particular. I think the others can be left as evidence of the assault, but
Those three are the ones I was worrying about.
I don't know about you all, but both it looks a bit strange, and I'm not quite comfortable with the Baratheon government getting their hands on whatever this is.
I'm not comfortable with anyone getting their hands on that.
She's going to look over at James and goes, "Oh, you're Mr. Teleporty. Can you hands on the circle?" Yes. Oh, I'd like to check on Gifton before we go. Can it not wait? She is a big girl, quite literally right now. So I'm sure she'll be fine. And James actually sort of looks at the rest of you and like,
I think she will understand that we were attempting to get rid of these things to be able to get everything sorted.
She has Cassiopeia and Carrick with her. She'll be acceptable for a brief time, at least.
I suppose. Perhaps we could at least ask for some crating if we're going to be using the teleportation circle to return to Beacon. We're still stopping for a Baratheon military outpost, and carrying bodies looks a little stranger than carrying cargo.
Fair.
I know we have one free crate at least.
Could they fit in it?
Not all three of them.
Fighting the urge to go choppy.
To disintegrate one.
That's not a bad idea. One to examine. We don't necessarily need the others. Unless we do and we don't know it, but...
I actually don't have to say that.
Raziel waves his fingers at you. Mighty wizard, remember?
I was saying we take two of them. We should be able to fit two in that box.
Bit of a squeeze.
I don't think they're going to complain.
In that case, I'll float two of them into the box and... Well, why don't we take a little peek before... At least this one's... He taps his head before we disintegrate it.
It's a shame I'm not there. I have all sorts of ways to get things places. I have a bunch of reduced potions. We could actually reduce the corpses in size. Make it easier. So
I have a spell, but unfortunately I can't use it more than once without it taking up concentration.
I don't know about the rest of you, but the masks are annoying me and all of these men.
I will not say you're wrong.
Corvus, a hand?
What?
So I'll be honest, most everything about them annoys me.
Getting the helmet off of one of these.
Corvus will stand up slowly.
Perhaps you as well, Shaxton. Mechanics here as well.
Shax will get up and get over and give a hand.
Lady Gentle's like hovering nearby, looking over very curiously. As
I don't know who this is.
yeah, the both of you start to fiddle with this helmet, and there are both latches, mechanical locks and such, and rather gruesomely, when you get those open, you feel the tug on flesh.
This was worked directly, and it wasn't meant to be removed.
But if you want to give me a tool roll, Shaxton, and Corvus, if you give me a medicine roll.
Okay.
Intelligence?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, that's good enough. You with a little bit of finagling of the mechanics and a little bit of surgical precision, cutting wise, you're able to get the helmet off without ripping away at too much beneath. The front plate latching off, and revealing a little bit of a startling sight as there is the face of Corvus staring up at you. This one seems to have normal eyes, although one of them is bloodshot, whereas a bit of mechanical tubing going in towards the socket has some plating on along the left side of its face, but it is the face of Corvus Adelas, nonetheless.
Well, that is more gruesome than I was expecting.
Oh, this Corvus was the Empty's Boba. I'm definitely not saying that character. It makes no sense to do that.
Boba.
Nowadays discovered Boba Tea. Ladies and gentlemen, that's out a sort of whistle of oof.
Corvus is speechless.
Not.
Do you want the others removed? Looking at James.
Honestly, not what I expected.
Do you want the others removed?
I thought you were going to find much the same out of the other two.
He actually looks at you, Corvus, and goes, I'm not sure this is the time or place, nor perhaps you should be the one doing the rest.
You get the other two into the crates, get rid of this one, and then we should go.
Yeah, James actually raises his hand towards the one you've just unmasked briefly, before hesitating and looking to you again, Corvus, and going.
Corvus is walking back over to the body in the bag and slumping down to the corner of the box.
Right. He actually lowers his hand and a bit and goes, doesn't quite feel right. Look,
The only thing you can do is end him.
and he raises his
Just a reminder
hand
of everything
and
that
casts
happened.
Disintegrate. And this body, well, it disintegrates. Telday,
Yes.
would you mind heading upstairs and informing Giffen that me and Lazy Gentle shall be leaving with the two bodies here?
I will.
In fact, I think perhaps the rest of you should head up. Well, take care of things.
We'll meet you back in Beacon.
He just nods.
I'm not leaving until he's in a coffin.
We are not going to be getting him in the coffin easy for transport here, Corvus. I expect we will be able to, for now, move him in the bag he is in, and then put him in one when we get to be able to prepare him properly.
Corvus leans over and picks it up.
Cassiopeia is a skilled woodworker. Perhaps she could craft one of your preference.
I don't have a preference.
Remember that time Corvus used to drag around a coffin? Oh, Roadvale, you were such a long time ago.
Corvus will just slowly move to the elevator with Corvus.
Like you got to pack your own weight.
I do not think you can take him out that way.
He's in the bag of holding. He should be fine.
No, he's in the corpse bag. Only the bones were in the bag of holding. Only these guys.
You taking your dad?
I don't think there's much left of him.
Yeah, it's kind of a puddle, but you know.
He didn't. He didn't.
He got kind of sappled.
Yeah. Well, and also Corvus just been not. He's even left Hadwin, so he's just standing at the elevator, waiting.
I do not believe you can go out with that in this way.
Corvus, would you like to come with us?
Fine. Thought we were leaving.
There's the discreet teleport out people that are going to be leaving. You should go with them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't carry them both.
The Lady Gentle just sort of nods her head towards Raz, who basically lets her carry the crate. If you recall, she is
very strong.
A little strangely strong. And she doesn't so much carry it as she is, gently dragging this very hefty box now. And Raz comes over to you, Corvus, and just holds his arms out and goes, "Let me take him. You do as you want with your father. You have to get your companion, no?"
You are not touching him. You take Hadwin. And Corvus continues walking towards the teleporter.
The teleporter is Raziel.
Oh. I thought it was
the circle was just destination.
Circle, but yeah.
The one who knows teleport.
He's the one. Right.
Yes.
I am staying here with you. We are teleporting all.
Right. Lady Gentle, to his automata. He says, not quite pleased with the words he's using, but he's heading towards Hadwin. And as you all sort of gather over there, Corvus and the two NPCs, Raziel looks through the rest of you and just goes, "Right, yes, let them know that we'll be back in Beacon, and we'll see you there."
Yes. I do not expect that they will be too long.
Let me know if things hold you up. And with some magical words, they vanish. Corvus, you are teleported along with them to Beacon.
When you come out the other side, Raziel mysteriously has a gun pointed at you and Lady Gentle. Bang, bang.
Finally.
The last little bit are gone.
Pulls off the latex mask. It's also Corvus! And then he shoots the two of them and pulls off Lady Gentle's mask. It's also Corvus!
Telday and Shaxton.
Yeah.
You are left down here with just a few of the Lord Harkant's men who are grabbing bodies and basically just moving them into a pile.
I will nod to them and get into the elevator, I guess.
I will do the same.
Okay, and you guys head on up.
I accidentally press all the buttons on now.
Upstairs, Gifton, Carrick, Cassie, you hear the sound of the elevator making its way up.
I will have at this point finally let my angel thing go and just perched up on Dingus. I know I can hold it for an hour, but yeah.
It was very cramped.
Very cramped. None of the seats work. Cups were really ditty.
But
I know to brought Merrick back too.
Okay. But Shexon and Telday emerge.
The others have gone the other way.
They teleported ahead of us.
There's going to need to be some official reports here and accounts. I've affirmed with Harcount's man that I will make sure that the reports reflect the narrative desired over what had to transpire here.
How many of us will we claim were here or were not?
Myself, Cassiopeia, and Carrick were here. The rest of you were not.
Understood.
Those of us were seen upstairs during the incident. Nobles might have caught a glimpse of us. And they also would have seen us coming and going earlier. Carrick, could I ask you to teleport the group of them home? I'm going to make sure if they need me for anything, but I'd prefer them to not be here. If anyone comes by.
Is it maybe best I can stay here with you. I can send them back if you think it's best to have at least 2 people and not have anyone alone.
I don't think I'm in any danger here. And I'm General fucking Greysteel. I have to take my account very seriously.
Yes.
So if you want to go home and tend to things, make sure Corvus is okay. Please.
I have a feeling that's going to take some time. But I will try.
Silently nod at that comment.
I will be there as soon as I am confirmed they don't need me for anything here. I just want to make sure we're covered up officially. And Cassie, may I ask that you, when you have the time, start working on a proper coffin for Corvus?
Casket or coffin?
I don't actually know the difference.
Casket's just a box.
Casket is just a box. Coffin is ones that are a little more fanciful.
He does not seem to have any particular preference, but
I do.
he wants something.
I have a preference. I want it to be nice. He was my friend.
Oh.
If you could do that for me, Cassie, I'll pay whatever fees you have.
I will do what I can.
As you're saying that, the head of Harkant's guard actually pops his head into the room and goes, guards are starting to arrive. We're going to be delaying them a little bit, as is only appropriate on our grounds. They have no business here, but we'll be letting them in officially, eventually. So, if any of you are leaving...
I'm sending off the group. I'll stay here to give the account for the group.
And he just nods and
you and I should discuss exactly what you want said.
Right. Give me a moment and I'll be with you.
And the rest of
I'll get them out
here, I will just teleport us right there instead of wasting the time with the circle.
Oh, yes, that reminds me. Don't try and use the circle that's down there again. It's going to be boxed up soon, and I don't think you want that mess on your hands.
No problem. If it is ever needed for us to use, let us know, and we will use it at the point you wish.
Yeah, I kind of figured that circle was a one and done deal.
Yes. And he smiles wryly and then leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna actually use actual teleport.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's far quicker to use.
You don't have to, and you can drop yourself right next to your house or something and not have to circle.
Won't do that because most of the rest of the group is in town, so I'd actually use it to get to the teleport circle.
Okay.
But this way I don't have to make a mess of Harkout's house worse than it already is.
I will handle the bureaucracy for you. Go. Be free.
So.
Oh no, she faces the dreaded carpal tunnel syndrome and cramping.
Okay.
No paperwork.
Right, so is everyone but Gibson going back with Carrick?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm heading back.
Okay. Right, you all teleport back home. First up though, arriving back, Corvus. You arrive with Raziel and Lady Gentle, which the guards are waiting at the beacon facility immediately salute Raz, despite him not actually being a general anymore. And he just sort of waves them down. There are some cursory questions of what's going on. A bit of curiosity about the body bag, but he quickly shuts them down. Gives them the impression that this isn't something to be talked about. And soon enough, you are let out into Beacon proper. He actually looks to you, Corvus, and goes,
Corvus is walking to his estate.
I'm assuming we're going there then.
Yes.
Yeah, merry time. And they follow along. And soon enough, you are able to get the bodies inside.
He unlocks the door with his key. Stops. You don't have any angelic in you anymore, right?
There's some pursed lips as he goes, not that I'm aware of.
Well, sorry in advance if anything happens.
If any of you will trigger on me, I'll consider it a relief.
Also, when we're downstairs, don't touch anything.
I'll assume everything is toxic and deadly.
Glyphs of warding.
Against more than just angels, Lady Gentle asks.
Against anybody. It's my lab, I guess you could say.
Is it just me, or was anyone else expecting Lady Gentle to go, "Aw"?
And they
I think that's a challenge.
will follow you in. If I recall correctly, isn't your lab trapdoored?
Yep. No, it's a staircase.
It's a staircase? Okay.
Yeah. There's a cabinetry that moves.
There's a little indignity getting everything downstairs because, unfortunately, life isn't smooth and large objects are large. Yeah, eventually you get the large box and the body bag down. Around that time, most of the rest of the party will also arrive back in Beacon. Were you talking to anyone in particular, Carrick?
I was going to the circle.
Okay. You appear at the circle, and there's another round of sort of straightening backs, guards, giving you respectful nods, salutes. And one of them goes, my lord, Mr. Roselle was just here with Lord Adalas and a guest.
Do you know where they were heading?
Saw them leave towards Lord Adalas' estate, sir.
Not that surprise me.
Is this the out-of-town estate or the in-town that they're...
He only has one estate.
I thought you had a town, in-town house and a out-of-town land site.
I've never built anything on the land.
Okay, so the in-town section.
I told Gifton I'd go check in on him, so I'll go check in on him in
to strip and get rid of.
In the tavern. So, do you need? You don't need my. Do you have pad words? Do you need my assistance with that, or am I good?
It depends entirely if Corvus is going to be forthright in helping or not.
Oh, so you need to go there also. In other words.
Yes.
Okay.
I have things to strip and destroy. I'm not leaving any of the technology in the hands of anyone. Get hold of it.
Yes, I did. I do have all the magical items that they were carrying. I will identify them the next couple days, and we can see if there's anything worth using for anyone. But I figure I can hold on to those for now, since they're just the regular weapons. Such.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, let's go.
I will talk to you later. I have work that has to be done.
That's in character. Okay.
Yes,
I wasn't sure.
I had the exact same.
And I understand.
Jax will nod curtly.
And Carrick's gonna head on off towards. I almost said Gifton, says not the right direction even. Towards Corvus's.
Cassiopeia, will you be all right?
No, I'll be fine.
I know that you and Corvus had a strained relationship at times.
Cass is actually going to look at him and go, "That's the best way to say it." And she's going to actually pat Telday on the head and walk off.
Oh no, the horn!
The horn! Stab!
She's never going to play piano again.
Well, I would say Cass will have to actually tippy hoof up to pat him on the head because Telday's like lurch.
And you're also very young now.
Right.
You're so
Slight
Cass.
incline of head. Work over to the side, and then
This is Cass's new thing. is
making
to
it
pat
easier, I
everyone's
see.
Head.
What's that?
This is Cass's new thing of pat everyone's head.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
is
a
this
teenager.
Cass's way of trying to say that she wants head pats, and so she gives everybody else some?
Alright, so Cass, you're heading off to work on the coffin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit of design work first, though.
Shaxton and Carrick heading towards Corvus's. Are you heading with them Telday, or?
I'm actually just gonna stand there awkwardly for
Uh,
a moment.
Okay, he's gonna get these guards.
You're guarding the road,
so
Telday.
you
You're guarding the road.
So you've got to clear the teleport circle, sir.
Oh yes, I will take like 3 steps forward so that I've cleared the circle.
There's a few moments of silence, and then the guard just goes, "Sir, please."
You're going to get us in trouble again, sir.
Oh, would you like to take a break?
No, sir. Would you not be more comfortable waiting outside, sir?
Not particularly, no.
Sir, please.
There needs to be a no loitering Telday sign.
We're gonna find just little signs in the ground, just picture Telday's head with a no sign on it, so he can't stand there.
The poor guards who were rather relaxed now actually have to be watching somebody. Are a little distraught by this turn of events.
I will go elsewhere. Thank you.
Have a nice day, sir. Is elsewhere just outside?
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Walk outside slightly, and then just start walking down a lane away.
I stand here now. Okay. Back at Harcount's estate.
I can accept that they tell me the thing that I say and then I say it.
Yeah, basically, you go over the exacting details of what went down here, which is sticks close to the truth. Lord Harkount was displeased with you. You brought an item back with him as you were sort of settling things. The gentleman attacked. You leapt into action because, despite the disagreement, it is what you do. You helped fight off the greater part of the force, but in protecting the young Lord Harkount, who had finally come home from his long journeys abroad, unfortunately, the Harkount, the Elder, was struck down. You arriving just too late to stop the assassin that skewered him. You have remained behind while your compatriots have headed off to have their wounds tended to back home to give an official report, as is your duty, and to make sure that the young lord is okay, and basically all of that jazz. It's not long after going over this story that the household staff finally let in the guards that arrived, which is a mix of just city street guard, palace, a couple of palace attendant guard, and a few military personnel. You are right by the palace, and thus these things are a concern to the palace. Which the palace seem more concerned with just making sure things are secure, that there isn't any greater threat. They are acting delicately here. Seems even those that are acting under authority of the king have some trepidation when dealing with those in Harkount's estate. The military personnel immediately recognize who you are. You're kind of known now.
I'm the only brownie that usually is out in public.
Yep.
So yeah.
Which you get some salutes, and basically they are the ones that will start asking you for the story. The city guard, the police, as it were, feel a little out of their depth.
It's like being the local police when the FBI and the CIA show up. And everybody's talking about jurisdiction problems here.
Yep. And soon realize that they have nothing here that they can do. They're not needed. They're not particularly wanted, they get the impression. And they sort of hand off the case, as it were, and leave. But soon enough, you give your story, and as you're sort of going over it again, that you've had to actually repeat it a few times, mainly at the palace guard's insistence. But it's towards one of these the end of one of these times that the palace guard actually straightened up as coming with attendants and looking very well dressed, but flushed with worry, pale, is a young gentleman with stark black hair and an uncanny resemblance to his father, especially the portraits of his father in his younger years.
Oh, my young lord, you should be resting.
I couldn't. My nerves are keeping me up. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have had to stay here to deal with this. And he immediately puts on a smile and moves towards the palace guards and actually reaches out and starts to shake hands and goes, I'm very sorry for the reception. I've just never had my father, and the palace guards sort of it's understandable. General Greysteel.
Yes.
I believe we have everything we need from your report. Of course, if you wish to leave,
the young lord too much distress.
So we will make sure he is safe. And you may be called upon again to clarify some things, but well, we have everything we need from you. We believe.
And I will give a salute to the ones there, and my dear Lord Harkount, if you, of course, have any need of me, I'm always at your service.
And he actually smells softly and comes over to you and takes your hand and goes, "Thank you for being there."
Of course. And I will ride Dingus on out.
Yeah. Takes your hand, you reach down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll flap off into the night.
Okay.
Because it's late night.
It is late night now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anywhere you want to go? Are you going home? Are you meeting back town?
I'm going off to Hinnisaflack on a grand adventure.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna go fly down to my favorite set of trees with the dingus, and we'll go home.
Okay. You walk back home.
Are there weird noises coming from the church?
I am gonna do one thing on the way there because I'm not really kind of paying attention. I'm going to listen.
What, Angel Radio, just in general?
I'll see if I can listen to Angel Radio.
Okay. You listen, you try to focus, and yeah, you can actually pick up chatter. There's nothing like that's immensely engaging or,
necessarily regarding anything I need to know about.
But you can hear just the conversation of angels going back and forth. Some of it's almost casual. Just people checking in with each other, friends that haven't actually seen each other because of their duties for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pleasant little back and forth.
Oh, that's kind of nice. I wish I could say hi. I'm gonna go teleport my tree.
You teleport home to your tree. Where are you going once you're in Beacon?
I'm going to my house.
I'm going to your house. Okay, you can go find a husband who looks a little perturbed because it took him a little to realise that the wife that was kept hugging him insistently, non-stop,
and weeping and talking about how sad she was
not in fact wife and could be ordered to stop doing that.
And well, the best part was he probably accidentally ordered her to stop and then went, wait, what?
Just calm down now. Okay.
Wait a minute. Why are you upset? Gifton told me to be.
Yeah. Damn it. Okay, but yes, you can go home to family.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
And I don't know, have a cry or something. I don't know how it goes.
Yeah. He had a warm up.
Yeah, that's getting the real thing.
Yeah.
Now he can't order it to stop.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I could see the real Gifton showing up, starting to crying. He's like, "Oh no, not this! Can we please stop?"
At Corvus's estate, Carrick and Shexton, are you just breaking and entering, or are you going to knock?
I'm gonna knock.
Okay, Corvus. As you're sort of getting the case set down, situated, and I assume probably putting the body bag on one of your large tables.
Yeah, the body bag's on the table.
Yeah, you actually do hear a knock upstairs. Raz sort of glancing upwards and going, "You want me to get that?"
Yes.
And he heads on up. The two of you upstairs. Razio opens the door. He goes, "Okay, well, he is in a bad way, understandably. Not entirely sure how bad yet, but please come in. He is in his incredibly creepy morbid basement."
Yeah, I told Gifton I'd check in on him and see if I can help him at all. And
did you know he has a secret basement? It's behind a bookcase.
I cannot say I'm surprised.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
And he will lead you both down.
Jax gives that very frank look like, yes, I've had to deal with multiple bosses who have this.
So I should describe what's in the basement, shouldn't I?
Do you wanna?
So there's a main operating table that has a sheet over it, which is where the body is. There are wooden made, hobbled together cases of tools and jars of a menagerie of things, plants mainly, plants and fungus and other tinctures of alchemical equipment. There are parts of Hadwin that didn't come to fruition that are just still there in jars.
And with an
The
eyeball.
giant 9,000-volt Tesla coils.
Nice to know Dr. Frankenstein had a beginning here.
There is also his father's book.
You have a Jacob's ladder.
Laying on the opposite end where the staircase comes down, so it's on the far wall, is laying there on the counter, closed. And there's candles, stuff.
Lady Gentle actually waves to both of you as you come on down, before giving us a long glance at the Corvus and going, you could do with some electric lights in here.
Yeah, the really great thing is all the little pseudo-dragon claw marks that were in his kitchen into all the cupboards. Desperately, it's destroyed
A bunch of front glasses.
Yeah, what actually happened though was those claw marks happened within the first hour, because that's just how pseudo-dragons are.
And then stopped.
Then she was just pressed against the window for the rest
lights
of the time.
were not something that was first came to mind, and I never bothered pursuing that further. I'm used
Classics.
to candle light.
Well, I suppose it doesn't make much difference anymore, does it? And she just waves her hand in front of her eyes.
No, it doesn't. What are you two doing here?
What do you think?
Checks. I actually came to check in on you.
Don't touch anything. And I mean that in all seriousness.
I'm gonna actually
This lab will explode.
I'm gonna walk over to Corvus. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder.
Oh, I was hoping you'd boop him.
What?
I promised Gifton I'd check in on you and try to help. I will be honest, I'm probably not going to be too helpful with what you're doing down here, but you know how to find me.
You can make some coffee.
Make food. Coffee.
Right, I'm going to go upstairs and do that, Lady Gentle says, because I'm frankly not good with this whole helping of... Is it bereavement? Because it's a very odd situation.
It is, I believe, bereavement.
I think correct.
Term.
Well, good luck with your dealing with the bizarre murder-suicide. And she's just going to sort of clasp you, give you a little double pat on the shoulder as she's heading up the stairs.
He takes in a deep breath as she leaves and just fine. He looks over to Saxon. You want to disassemble, I presume?
I wish to at least remove the technology he's put in himself and destroy it. I am not comfortable leaving that in anyone's hand.
Corvus, are you a one mug kind of person?
One mug?
Like, do you have a single mug? Is that
all
you have? Do you have
no, he bought a set. There's one that's dirty.
He's doing better than Rizal.
Okay. Okay. I was going to say, it's like, I wouldn't put it past Corvus to be the kind of person that only has one set of stuff.
Yeah, there's a set, but there's only one that's dirty.
I mean, I'll be honest, I was half expecting there to be, there's a plate, there's a coffee cup, and there's a fork. That's it.
Yeah.
I was just expecting he's used all the coffee cups and they're all just sitting in
the No. Corvus is the kind of person that would wash after he's done with his coffee cup and wash it before he uses it.
Yeah.
See, the question is, are they made out of breakable material, and would the pseudo-dragon have broken them?
There's one that's in a cupboard, the rest is still in their package.
Yeah, and the one that's in the cupboard is really fucking clean.
Was that because of the pseudo-dragon or because of you?
Because of me.
Okay.
Licked it clean.
Yeah, you've also got a clean stuff because of the pseudo-dragons.
I understand what you want to do, Saxon, and I don't disagree with it. But you have to understand that this was going to be me. My goals, my ambitions.
I mean,
as far as I'm concerned, this imposter has never been you, Corvus.
Well, for you, not for me.
but that's
Your
where
way has never been you either.
that is where it is. He was different. You went a different path. You
No, we didn't go a different path. I stayed, not by my choice, because of my resignation. He went and did the things that I wanted to do.
You wanted to give up everything around you, every person.
Everything you care about, every person you care about.
I didn't care for anyone.
Do you now?
I think it's just a covering, a veneer. I don't even look after my own father's grave. He did. I don't show interest into Albrecht. He did. I'm here because I got left behind. I have always been a shadow of everyone. And I became a shadow of myself.
Well, congratulations, you're the shadow no longer.
So what's making...
So are you going to step into the light, or are you going to fade away with it?
I don't know.
You're worried that your goodness is just a veneer?
What?
You're worried that your goodness is just a veneer? A weak facade that you're keeping up out of necessity?
Yes.
Right, here. And Raz is going to stand up, unholstering his pistol. He checks the chambering quickly before holding it out to you. I want you to put a bullet through Shaxton's head. I will give you anything you want. I will go down to hell, I'll bring your father back, and I will fix all of your problems. It's still within my power to do.
He pulls the pistol and points it at Roselle.
All this. It'll be one way to end a little source of discomfort in your life.
You've always been a source of discomfort. Ever since the day we met you.
Yes.
You know, probably. I imagine you do. How much I wanted to do this. Every second.
It's still quite in your power to do.
He pulls the hammer back.
But go on. Take it from somebody who has done far worse than you or him ever have. I made him kill a man in cold blood. And he's actually looking at Carrick when he says that. I deserve this. And all it will do
Where did you get...
is make Gifton sad. So, if you don't care about that...
Shut up! Enough of your babble! Where did you get the book? What price had to be paid for you to get mine father's book?
A favor to Turiel.
Elaborate.
She collects knowledge. So, naturally, she comes across such things.
So she had my father's...
Yes. Your father's work was left behind in Hexenreich, I assume. I don't know exactly how she got it, But, well, you all fell into my radar. I started trying to figure out who you were, and I wanted bargaining chips.
Just happened to land in her lap.
No, it didn't just happen to land in her lap. I imagine she murdered, extorted, and did many manner of things to get that book. But she did.
You gave it to me.
Yes.
To be your little toy.
Yes.
All of us were your little toys.
Everyone. But that's kind of separate from feeling that you're the bad man, no?
No. Because of that, I went down this path. All a system of actions that I took upon learning about this book, people that you made, people that I fell into, people who supported my views. And then, when things were actually starting to turn around, and I may have had an idea of what my next steps were to be, I was ripped away. Everything that I had dreamed, torn from me. Just, no, you know how that's like.
Yes, I do. Boo-hoo. Your friends and companions stopped you from doing some really shitty things. No idea what that's like.
Yeah. You've played this game.
It's no
You
game.
lost your thing. Oh, it is a game. To you,
Only to you.
your father.
Carrick's squeezing the shoulder. Because he never let go.
Yeah, I know.
27 strength.
Ow.
This is a game to you, Corvus. This has always been a game.
Just give it up that you're a better man than he was. Accept that, would you? Doesn't matter that you came from the same source. Your paths diverged. You did the better thing.
I did nothing.
Doing nothing is the better thing. I didn't start a war here at the urging of my friends. I did nothing, and yet, better circumstance, no?
And I wouldn't say you've done nothing. You have done plenty to help us through Saha, through the past. Yes, things didn't go the way we expected them or wanted. But we've learned that that's how things work. I mean, look at me. I may be one of 3 sane dragons left. Well, 4, counting her count.
You should count yourself lucky that you have friends who care about you enough to stop you from doing so terrible things, Clovis. Many times I wish I had people to stop me from doing something terrible.
Carrick is also relaxing on the shoulder, by the
way. Which arm did you squeeze? Just curious.
I hope you grabbed the left one because it's his primary.
It actually would have been the left because I would have walked up and
with your right hand. Yeah.
So the thing is, Corvus is me, Marcus. I am primary left-handed, but I hold guns in my right hand. So that's all I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, you are more than him. Once you became 2 of you, you were your own self. You made your own decisions, your own choices. You still could have become exactly what he was.
And you did not, and that is commendable.
Because I didn't have the weight of all of you holding me down.
He took the coward's way. He took the way of thinking that nothing else would matter except his goals. That only that mattered. Nothing else. No person, no place, no thing.
What I am
Don't
supposed to
matter.
do then now? Make something of what I know? Live a life?
Continue. Be the better person that you are destined to be.
The one thing I will say that I believe we have all learned over our time is nothing is unchangeable. No habits are unchangeable. Look at Gifton. She came from a family that hid to what she is today. I mean,
Don't.
you were a doctor who has expanded your knowledge into more than just being a doctor. You have also learned that, at least I think, that there is more than just yourself to help you.
Yuli, I am holding the pistol that causes me to make malevolent actions.
I mean, you were handed a pistol from...
No, I drew my own.
He literally just drew it off his thing, so he can
Yeah.
decide what he drew. So if he drew his,
I didn't take
I thought he
results.
did.
I did not take it. I said I drew my pistol.
Okay.
Do you want me to make a save against taking the malevolent action?
No, it's up to you.
Okay.
Deep down, Marcus wants to shoot Roselle in the gut.
The hammer falls.
Okay, you shooting Reds?
Yeah.
Okay, make an attack roll, please.
Lady Gentle upstairs is gonna hear gunshots.
All right, let me open my character here. Sorry.
I was sitting there thinking to myself, man, Corvus, Lady Gentle, and Raziel were not the people I would want to teleport off by themselves.
Also, don't forget that the one you have also makes you have disgust with the item itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The other one.
You pull the trigger, and there is a flaring of a shield. The sound of a bullet ricocheting, pinging off of it. I think you are going to have to make a saving throw. 1 second.
Wow, my
I squeezed.
Where's that 27 strength character?
That's just a strength check.
yeah.
Wait, is this proficiency or is this the other one? Where are we?
I don't know. You rolled like a 2, so whatever it was, you got a 2.
Okay. I mean, I was just squeezing, so
Yeah.
would that be 9 damage?
Also, does he have the celestial ammo loaded in it?
Well, I think it tinged
Well,
off the shield.
they
anyway.
didn't hit either way.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Marcus, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Strength saving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have nothing. That.
Ooh, even that 2 did better than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the shield pings out, deflects the bullet, and suddenly earth erupts around you, and a gigantic stone hand grasps you. It's going to hurt a little bit. take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna Big B's hand you.
And you are restrained. Okay.
Restrained.
Yes, restrained.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going to shoot me again?
That's some heavy dead air.
All of us.
I actually don't know if Marcus is doing that on purpose. Are you still there, Marcus?
What?
Are
Are you still there?
Yeah. Hi. What's happening?
He was talking to you.
Yeah, Raz asked, are you going to try shooting me again? Marcus, don't dead air again.
He said fucking magic. Sorry.
Alright, okay.
And he will slowly lower the pistol down.
So you're
But
not
he's still
responding
glaring.
either.
He's still glaring at Rizal. Get out.
Right, gladly. Good luck, the both of you. He says, looking at Carrick and Jackson. I do not have it in me to deal with the impertinence of far too young creatures.
Go to hell!
No, already destined, I'm afraid. And he's going to head upstairs.
Lady Gentle's gonna have a good crowing laugh in about a moment. Corvus tried to shoot me.
And as he heads upstairs, the hand crumbles around you.
He staggers forward and falls into the cabinetry. He puts the gun on the table, stands up. What do you want to do, Saxon?
I want to remove the technology he's attached to himself and make it so he at least looks like the man he was. Destroy those technologies.
All right. Clean your hands.
When you need to do that after you defile them in the body.
Corvus is just going to pick up scalpels and go to work.
Lady Gentle will come downstairs carrying some mugs, sort of glancing up behind her and go, oh, someone's in a foul mood and foul smell. Here, took me a while to find your mugs. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Did I hear a gunshot?
Yes.
You did.
I should be.
Right, we're not elaborating. Okay. And she puts the cups down.
I tried to shoot him, but his stupid wizard, stupid magic. Pull that over there, Saxon. This is binding.
Okay. Alright. Carrick, you heading out?
Yep.
Okay, you head back to the tavern.
To the tavern first to see if Talia's there.
She is indeed.
Is she working or is she just
She's only there to actually grab some food. She doesn't want to cook for herself.
I'm going to come help her. I'm going to pick it, take it, and
Okay.
carry it
And
home.
you can head home with her.
Corvus is going to do this one thing. As Corvus is mucking around in Corvus, he's going to look up at Saxon. Get a bucket of water if you can from upstairs. There's no water down here.
He has a decanter of endless water, I believe.
Yep.
Jax?
Jax will calmly pull the decanter, go over to a bucket, there's a clean bucket or something down
There's
there.
a clean bucket, yeah.
Yeah, you'll coming over, pull out the decanter, and just start filling it using the decanter.
He blinks at that. Right, that'll do.
He was trying to get rid of you, is what he was trying to do.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
He's going to turn to Lady Gentle. She's still in the room.
She is. She's just off to the side watching, curiously.
Why don't you come closer, Lady Gentle?
I wouldn't.
Are you going to shoot me?
I have no reason to.
Well, I'm not sure that would stop you. She says with a smile as she's actually going to come on closer.
He's gonna lean over and grab a tool, passing in front of Lady Gentle, and whisper, "I hope you're watching."
Yes? Wait, is that a coded... Oh, is that a message to, like...
And
do
he
you
goes
think...
back to work. Shut up.
Shaxton, I think he thinks Corvus is still out there and I'm controlled. Maybe?
Given what we saw in there, I would not be surprised.
Hmm.
Or at least some form of it.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how to dissuade that. So, at the risk of him acting on that impulse, I think I'm going to go and see about, showing that I'm not dead and I have to recover items from a burned down building.
Sounds for the rest. I hope you have good luck with that.
Yes, good luck as well. Just sort of points the fingers at both of you and then heads on upstairs.
Finger guns.
Yeah.
Walk up the door.
Very awkward look. Gives you that look of Shaxton of slightly worried leaving you alone, but I'm still not staying.
I feel like this is a time where we should all leave. In fact, there was probably like that slight gesture of, I'm gonna go with both thumbs, like maybe come out of the safe space.
She has decided that her curiosity about these bodies is not outweighed.
Apparently, Crazy ran into all the different versions of Corvus, is what she's decided.
Are you guys working on the body you already unmasked?
Well, the body on the table squirms.
Yes.
Yeah,
the body bag
disintegrated,
Corvus.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we disintegrated the other one.
Okay. Right.
But Jackson's just looking to basically melt them.
So he will, with Saxon's help, remove all the mechanical stuff, extract his head from the helmet, sew the head back on. And then once that's done, of course, it'll be later. Do you have to destroy everything?
Do you leave any of this in anyone's hands? Do you have anyone you trust to use technology such as this? Things that he's done to those people that were done to those people? Do you believe these things to control that? It's a god awful tail that can fire a beam that can cut through almost anything.
You can have that. That's fine.
Can I have a medicine check from the both of you, please? It's more of a investigatory one, but it's medicine nonetheless.
Oh, for fuck no. Play the damn card.
Wow, people with high stats are really rolling badly right now.
I'll also flash mine to a 30.
Okay. Corvus, as you're working away, you begin to suspect, and Shaxton, you definitely start to realise, there is certain angling of scarring and so on, just how stitch work is laid, how things are done. This wasn't done by outside hands.
He did this to himself.
He did this to himself and must have been awake through everything. And considering how a lot of this taps into the nervous system.
Yep.
I don't really see how he could do it to himself while asleep, but maybe Corvus is that good.
In character, Jax had that assumption already.
Yeah.
That it seems like Corvus would not trust another person to do this to them.
Can I keep the helmet?
It doesn't seem to do anything on its own, so fine.
And he takes
It has
the
that
helmet.
first arrow embedded in it that was my special.
Well, there's
arrow.
the whole busted chunk out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I bet it had that chunk of arrow in there.
I think the arrow in question is stuck in his face.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, my arrow's there.
Well, he's going to take the helmet and put it over by the book. And then...
This is your collection of sadness.
Yeah! Yeah, it is!
Right, yeah, you guys can spend most of the night basically divorcing Corvus from the mechanical apparatus he'd grafted into himself. There's worrying to the extent of you don't actually know how someone could have done this themselves, not just from anything of, oh, this would hurt, but like there is workings around the heart here, and there is no way somebody would have been able to do that. There is no way. How did that happen? But yeah, it looks like he has like secondary vital systems that are mechanical. There is replacement of most of the intestinal tract where the stone was housed. There is a lot of mechanical workings there that feed into the various systems that were linked up to him. Someone shouldn't have even been able to survive this, let alone do it to themselves.
You do realize that stone probably powered all of this.
I do. But I also realize that stone is not the only one of its kind that exists.
Yes.
Again, I've already made this mistake once of seeing this type of technology created, and not doing my part of destroying it. Then I am going to make that mistake a second time.
Corvus is just engrossed in the work. And maybe a little excited about some things. But, yeah.
Okay. Eventually, you have the remains of Corvus separated out entirely from the device work. I assume you're sort of rinsing as you go, if not like scrubbing. Gotta change that bucket of water a few times.
It's a canter of endless water. It's fine.
Yeah, more emptying the bucket. I assume.
Empty the. There's a drain.
Yeah. Yes. The hours
Don't
pass
drink
by.
the water that comes from Corvus's house.
The hours pass by into the early morning. Before you guys are done. But done you are eventually.
He looks much more like the person he was. I assume. I had never met the man.
You're looking at him.
You are someone different. You are someone better. This man gave into a shadow and became it instead of stepping out and growing. He gave into weakness. He gave into fear. You have not done that, and I trust that you won't.
He nods. He's tearing up, but he nods. There's a bed upstairs if you want to rest, Saxon. I'll finish up down here.
I live a short walk away. I can make it there and just pass out on my... As for those, and Chex will calmly kick the box that is the other two. We should probably, either when you are able to redo your magic or when Carrick is awake, you should enlist their aid in melting them.
I don't know disintegrate. I don't know. I don't know it.
Then we can
But-
get Carrick's up and melting them.
Yes,
It is the kindest thing we can do for what they were made in.
I can rend reality apart, and maybe that can help.
Maybe as a second option.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. And sorry, saw that. Sorry
It is
for
not
a
the
lot of
workplace.
things.
You have done nothing worse than anything I have done willingly in my life.
Well,
Believe me when I say looking into that shadow is a terrifying thing. The fact you've been able to step back from it. It's just a lot more about your character than you ever.
he's shaking his head. I'm glad that you saw the errors in what you describe.
Hmm.
But I need to stop wallowing on things that others have done that I haven't.
So that is
So-
correct. Your actions are your own. His actions are not yours.
Not just his, yours, his. He points up. Everyone's. Everything I've done has been chasing. I haven't done anything myself. He points to the body.
Then perhaps you should sit down and think about what the path you want to take is, as the man you are now. Knowing what you do of the rarity that you've been given to see what would happen down another route.
24 years, Saxon. 24 years. I have thought like that, pointing at Corvus. I'm 30 years old. 24 years. I have done nothing but to find a way to end it.
I'm 46 years old. For the first 20 years of my life, for the last 20 years, I have worked to try and create things that would recount for some of the terrible things I did, either under order or by my own choice while in the army. I lost my arm and my leg to finally be able to pull myself out of that and put myself on a path that was better. Do not think that you've not been given something good.
It's gonna take time.
Luckily, you seem to have that in abundance.
He looks at the book. Yes, I will. You should get some rest.
As should you.
Yeah, as should I.
Come.
You have to leave first. It's the things down here. Sorry.
Jax will tell me of. By now, he'll have already basically shoved most of the mechanical bits either into just a bag of holding. It as enough extra space, probably.
Mhm.
And then heave it onto his shoulder again and start walking up the stairs.
Corvus will follow, then turn, and you will hear him whisper something and then leave. Basically, his passcodes. You can make a. Well, why don't we do it? Yeah.
I mean, with that self check, I'm tempted to say your wards don't activate because they don't hear you.
I mean, given I'm assuming it'd be a perception, I can't actually beat that.
Okay. Well, fair enough then.
Like, even if I flash, I'd literally have to roll perfect and then flash it with an 8, and I'd exactly tie. And that's
Okay.
the rest of you, I think.
Corvus is
Just-
trying to hide from
Just
you.
no, just doing it where just doing it in game. If he whispers something that could be heard, there it is. So.
Mm-hmm. Jax isn't looking to pry and do.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And then he will leave and shut the bookcase.
Do you want to attempt to get breakfast before we pass out? We're working down there for quite some time.
I suppose so. I left the pistol downstairs.
You have another one, and I think if someone has the gall to attack us at this point, we have ways to get rid of them. Come, it'll be my treat. And Shax will calmly pat him on the back and help him walk out of the house.
Okay.
He does.
Right. So, Jackson heading home.
No, we're going.
Oh, we're going to breakfast.
I guess.
When I said early in the morning, I am talking
like
2, 3 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to go bash on Carrick's Tavern, demanding breakfast?
I mean, to be fair, there's probably a bunch of Warforged sitting in there just hanging
Saxon,
out.
I know I can't really see colors anymore, but it's still quite dark. Is it even sunny?
Yeah, that's fair. It is not as late as I thought it was, or early, I guess, at this point would be.
Huh. Well, see, I used to be able to keep track of all the time, but my mind's been flooded with so much crap that I've lost the ability to do that.
It's like I rebuilt my class a few times. I don't know who I am anymore.
I don't count the passing seconds anymore subconsciously. So
Yeah, I've always been a bit scatterbrained on this sort of thing.
I'll see you.
I'll see you when we awaken.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys...
And he goes back into his house.
You guys go your separate ways. And, Cass, could I have a carpentry roll from you, please?
You know, it would help if I wasn't muted when I said what I said.
Was it no?
Maybe.
No, it was.
What's it?
It sounded like you were going stilted, and I stilted right back.
Okay. Yeah, you basically draw up your plans for this, and you think you come up with a design that is fitting for Corvus's sensibilities.
Tasteful.
I'm gonna have to pester the Brotgrin Smith in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Get them.
Need brass.
Get them brasses. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get that sorted. Both Carrick and Gifton will sort of hear some exciting news from their spouses that RG had her kids today.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me call Grievous. Please don't let me call Grievous.
No, I don't think RG planned to call you Rift and Corvus.
Congratulations.
So many Corvuses today.
They're
Never
going to get
know.
punched by even more tiny people very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, a brief appearance from Marissa to announce the news sent a stir of excitement through the town. But otherwise, you are able to confide or not, as you please. And eventually, everyone finds themselves asleep except Telday, who is a weirdo.
Does Rizal end up with me or Carrick?
He goes to the tavern for the night.
Okay.
So basically, Carrick doesn't hear from him, and you don't either.
Yeah.
But morning soon comes, and the usual stirring of the town awakens people, or just reminds Telday that there's a way people behave. And
How dare you? This is a high percentage Warforged population. If anything, the other people in the party are weirdos compared to this town.
Telday thinks as a couple of Warforged go by, going, "Look at that weirdo standing there."
It's like he doesn't even get dressed in the morning.
This is the way my
Instead
people
of a
behave. What do you mean it's not?
Oh, fuck, I've turned into Worf.
Yeah. Nobody wears a sash like that. What are you doing?
Look at this guy. Thinks honor's a big deal. Yes. But yes, you all stir at your various rates. I don't know if you all want to meet up or not. I don't know what you want to do with your mornings. Speak to me, players. What are you doing?
I'm going to swing by Cassie's place, but not actually by Cassie's place.
Cool.
Are you just standing outside Cassie's door now?
I am going by the tavern because it's usually where we all end up meeting up. So after I have my morning with my kiddos and stuff, realize that nobody else came by my place. I'm assuming it's being somber, so I'm going over to Carrick's Tavern to wait.
Okay.
Jax will give prerequisite amount of
I
time
will
for
have
the fact
reattuned to my ring during this, though, so I'm back to human.
Cool.
I got it back from my tune.
Jax will give a bit extra time, given that, you know, he and Gors were up late.
Yeah.
But he will actually go and knock at Corvus's door.
Okay, so you're going to Corvus's. Carrick, are you staying home with wife or are you going to the tavern?
And it is a hard decision there.
Okay, so staying home with wife.
Staying home with your wife for now. People have ways of getting hold of me.
Yeah. Telday, you say bycasses but not bycasses?
Yeah, I'm doing that when you walk by somebody's place or walk by a place where you think you might go, but
Then divert.
Yep.
Okay. Right. To where?
Let's just say there's going to be about 3 or 4 flybys.
Oh, right. So just zooming about.
When did Telday learn to fly?
Yeah.
He displaces a lot of air with those.
Speed of 70, so...
Cassie, what about you?
Cass is doing her, actually getting started and getting the various pieces of wood she needs moved and prepped before she, and then she's waiting to wait for her to hear the anvil start up.
I'd like a perception check then, please.
Yeah, because remember, they're outside town.
Yeah, we don't live in town.
Sorry. I thought I kept thinking the smithy was in town.
I mean, there's probably a smithy in town.
Yeah, the Brockgren smithy's outside town. I'm right at the edge of the woods.
But I'm listening for the Brockgren one.
Yeah, no chance. You do, however, hear the general buzz of town starting to get up, including, the sound of smithies, because there are actually a couple in town.
And you also hear... Meow.
Telday going by going, walking.
I would more expect
walking.
Telday
walking.
But Cass will stop by the in-town smith to get certain pieces made that are going to be the non-discrete pieces. And then she's going, since they're starting, she'll then swing by Gifton and Kara's place and talk to Kara about making pieces.
Okay, yeah, you are able to arrange that then. The in-town smithy, just leave behind these little sketch pens, a couple of gold pieces, they'll cover it. Care doesn't care about the money. Just goes, we'll get that sorted. As well as them.
And
they double team everything now.
And I'm giving him the general timetable of when I'm thinking I'll have everything else done. Because the other pieces I could fully expect to be done today.
Gifton, you head over to Carrick's Tavern, where you sort of served up breakfast. You're not customer. You're the visiting family. You get taken care of.
I've got my uniform on today.
Oh, fancy. Which gives you a quizzical look from the couple of
the general's. Is really bad at first because of how you were. I was like, when did she get a tavern uniform?
No.
But as you're eating, Rozelle's actually going to come downstairs, not dressed in uniform, and he's going to sit across from you, leaning back in his chair and furrowing his brow a little bit.
What's the matter?
This feels wrong.
Jeans and a t-shirt that says too drunk to fuck.
Doesn't it just?
Yes.
It's not the most comfortable uniform.
Oh, I quite enjoyed it. A little itchy at first, but you get used to it, and then...
Very itchy around the collar.
I'm sure you can sort that.
Oh. I'll be happy when it's over.
Mm.
Do you have an easy night?
No, not really. We're doing honesty, right?
We're doing as much of it as we can both stomach. Yeah.
Oh, I can't stomach much, but I'll try.
All right. What happened?
Well, I may have lost my temper a little bit.
What was it?
Oh, Corvus is rightfully down on himself, but I don't know. It just got to me.
He has a tendency to have signed himself off to oblivion.
And honestly, it's like looking into a dark mirror. I'll say that much.
Well, don't consign yourself to oblivion, my dear brother. You are far too wonderful of a person for that. And Corvus should know freaking better by now. He didn't say anything hurtful, did he?
No, don't worry. I haven't consigned myself. Others have done that for me. He says with a joking smile. And he didn't. I mean, the go to hell comment hurt a little bit, but I also a little borderline humor, it's...
I mean, it is, I guess, vaguely
part of me found it
humorous.
funny.
Yeah.
But the bullet would have hurt more.
You do know that you're not going there without it being a family trip, right? The bullet? What?
He did try to shoot me. I did deserve
down
it.
Her utensils and straightening up a bit. Corvus tried to shoot you.
I did deserve it, I have to say. I was doing the whole thing of, if you think you're such a bad person, here, take my gun. Wasn't loaded. Didn't quite think through the fact he would pull his own.
He pulled his own gun on you and shot you with it.
Saying this,
Are you alright?
Oh, yes, I'm a brilliant mage.
He has those damn anti-angel, anti-demon guns that I hate.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which one it was. They're all the same. I'm fine. I mostly. No, we'll worry about that another time. We have more than enough on our plate.
No, we worry about that. Right? Are you okay?
Just upwelling of anger after the fact, and
you had every right to be angry. I mean, I'm right pissed. I think I would have put him through a wall.
I'm sure you would have.
Get the very kind of scared look on her face.
No.
I'm very certain I would have put him through a wall.
Yes. Him shooting me probably would. If he'd done the same to you, though, you would have hugged him or something. I'm pretty sure.
After I put him through a wall, maybe, yes. I think I would have slapped him across the face first. Give me that! Give me that.
No.
I'm sorry, I forgot who was going for a hug on Killer Corvus.
I considered nearly gutting the man with my magic healer angel sword as much as I did the slap across the face, and then he got the hug. But yes, but no, I'm gonna slide around to the other side of the table and give Rez a hug.
It'll give you a sort of one-armed hugging back, just a little pat.
I will get the errant boy away from you.
Oh, I'm not bothered.
You're not?
No, although maybe I should avoid seeing him for his sake over a bit. He's never quite liked me, and I think I may have pushed a little too far.
I don't know why he doesn't like you. You're a wonderful person.
I literally had Carrick murder somebody and set him on... Well, he blames me for this entire path, it seems.
I'm sorry. You had the character.
The wind, there's the
somebody,
message of your
and I don't know. The gods made some sort of insurmountable cage thing that had like all these sort of horrible, bloody things that had to be done, including the slaughtering of a bunch of children. I don't really know if I blame you directly. I might just pump that up one level.
No, we should hold ourselves accountable for what we do, and I do hold myself accountable.
No,
but
I still think you're a good person. So, but that is my judgment, and you know, I know that you try hard, and
yeah, look, it's last night's conversation part 2.
Yes, but this is the thing. I'm telling him not to be down on his own decisions. A little pot and kettle, isn't it?
well, are you telling him that he was a bad man last night?
I was telling him that, well, I was trying to tell him that he is not defined by his past actions, and they are his past actions. As much as we keep trying to differentiate the two of them, that is his memories, his past.
Everything that happened up to the point they separated, he is the same Corvus that got me out of Tarnstead.
I just want him to realize that even if it is the pressures of a group making him act good rather than ill, that's still not bad. I mean, it's what worked for me.
I mean, that's the thing is, even if like something made you make a decision to stay or go or whatever, it still made you make that decision.
I mean, the blasted child has a magic sword that can take him wherever he wants. He doesn't have to stick around and do as you all say.
Well, I mean, literally, the other one didn't.
Yes,
at all.
He could do that at any point, and he hasn't.
Both of them didn't both show up to still talk to us. He wasn't stuck being that person. He's the biggest proof of that.
I'm going to get annoyed again.
Oh, well, I'm annoyed with you, so that's normal.
Somewhere in my tavern.
Listen,
voice crying out in pain.
Are you going to be all right with Lucian?
Oh yes, he's a breath of fresh air, really.
Oh, good. All right. Well, you and Lucian, hop to whatever you need. I'll get it for you. All right.
You got it, General. And he salutes.
Great. You know, you can just call me sister still. I like that.
Yes, General Sister.
Now you're generic.
A nefarious person with your jibes and jibs there.
Oh, forgive me, sister, sir. What do I have to do to get breakfast here?
Oh, here, have some of mine. I'll wave the girl over. Now, where is everybody anyway? I thought we were all going to show up here for breakfast or something, and I show up here for a change, and no one else is.
They'll be here eventually, I'm sure.
One of us has good reasons to not be there.
If not, we're going to leave, and they can figure out where we went.
How about you and I go to the airship for a while and just ignore them? Or do you want to go pilfer an armory in the Feywild?
His brow furrows at that.
You just want to go hang out with Lucian. I've got it. You know what? Maybe I'll go off to the Feywild.
Oh no, not on your own. No, I'm going to eat first. I'm going to eat first. I need to do that now.
No, I need to eat too. Right, Dingus?
Beep, beep, beep.
Dingus has already consumed 3 breakfasts. Working on the 4th.
Dingus is like 3 eggs in already. Hey, we'll have breakfast.
Shaxton.
This will eventually show up.
Yes, I imagine so.
Her stuff.
Shaxton, you show up at Corvus's? Yeah. Okay. Breaking and entering or knocking on the door?
He's politely knocking.
Corvus.
After a few moments, the door unlocks. Corvus is there.
Come. I made the promise of breakfast last night, and I intend to keep that.
Oh. Right. Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Yet another. Oh yeah, I need food.
Yes, I am a biological unit.
Let me wash up.
Probably
I've
for the
been deep in entrails since you've left.
You see Hadwin walk through the hallway.
You know,
Sure,
not
sure,
sleeping is going to have negatives on your rolls.
It only takes an hour to rebuild him.
Not sleeping.
Yeah, Chorus will come along.
Okay, heading to Carrick's.
Yep.
Carrots are getting home.
Alright, Telde, what about you? Are you going to go to Carrick's eventually? You actually see Cassie leave as you're doing one of your flybys. You sort of stop at the end of the street, and she's heading towards Carrick's.
I like to think he puts his arms out so he has massive pauldrons.
Naruto run.
What's Naruto running?
Just because I occasionally dip, especially near children, to go, doesn't mean that I.
No. He sees children like flapping their wings like birds, and he's like, I want to do that, and he tries, but if he tries to lift his arms up sideways, the pauldrons smack into his own head.
Yeah.
Oh, so he can only go like
breathing children.
I like to think he has a limited field.
He has a limited
his arms lift slightly until they just goes, I am a triangle.
You see, this was actually a move made to prevent Tilde from becoming too powerful. So
it puts him in stasis.
You know how they like do the cone of shame for dogs? This is what they did for Warforged, was what Tilde has welded onto him.
When the two pauldrons touch, it kills him. It shuts him down momentarily.
They had that failed early Warforged that started punching itself, and they're like, here, let's make it so they can't hit their own head.
Yeah.
Or if you do that and you tap over his knees at the same time, he takes a screenshot.
No, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure with his shoulders, it's the opposite. Every time he tries to use it, he hits himself in the head.
Right, so Tilde.
So I will eventually go to Carrick's Tavern and not to Carrick's Place because he can have fun with his wife.
Essentially, everybody but Carrick is at Carrick's Tavern.
Don't worry, we'll all send him sendings.
You might have to encounter that. No, actually, he wouldn't at this point.
Didn't we get accepted from the ring anyways?
Not sure if he did say.
Yes, you all show up for the early morning tavern rush, squeeze in to some seats.
Mm-hmm.
Raz looks over at you, Corvus, and does a little sort of finger guns. Morning.
Wow.
Did he spend the night with Lady Gentle?
Lady Gentle's not here. You don't know what happened there.
Oh, I just mean he picked up the finger guns thing. So
she took off.
What?
Did you get your ring back from Lady Gentle before she took off?
Which is left?
I haven't seen her.
You expect otherwise.
I expected to get my ring back.
She left shortly after you did it so that she could go and, start the process of having to reclaim things and tell people that, hey, I am not dead in the fire that destroyed her house.
Oh, she's going official then. I'll be able to get my ring back from her. I'll track her down.
Okay. I mean, hopefully she's going official and she wouldn't lie about something like that and then go to ground, would she?
Through her.
I'm too tired to worry about it.
Nothing happened last night to cause her any kind of undue fear, right?
That was the first major fight I've had to have without, and he points over his shoulders where his wings would be.
You did an amazing job.
They just would not stay down. I must have emptied at least 3-4 clips into them and stabbing you again.
I saw you pull the head off one.
Yes, so it wouldn't get back up.
And then it started twitching again.
It's very disconcerting. Should never have made that organization.
Oh, did you see when I got hit with the big beam?
Yes, that was terrifying.
Yeah, awful.
Saxon will need some assistance destroying those materials wherever Carrick is.
It's probably at home with his lovely wife.
I can destroy stuff. What do you need destroyed?
Well, for one, there's the remains of the other two masked jewels.
We still have to disassemble them.
Out of character, point out we have a large.
If we just melt them directly, that might be for the best.
Why don't we just use that metal melty thing we have?
Jax will get an expression like he's just entirely forgotten that he exists. And he will reach into his bag, folding, pull it out, and go, I'll be honest, I forgot I had it on me.
This is a really fun thing. Have you gotten to see it at all, Rizal?
Don't turn that on.
Would you believe me if I said yes?
I would, actually.
Of course.
I believe everything you tell me.
Yes.
I kind of want that to have just been sitting on someone's
What is
desk
it?
for a while.
Oh, I don't know. I was lying.
Oh. It was a very convincing one.
I know.
Yeah.
I've still got it.
It makes metal, like...
It was not convincing.
It puddles
No,
and
you
then
would say
turns
that.
into gas.
Oh, it makes more than just metal.
Huh.
It does not care about the magical ramifications. Something that doesn't.
Oh,
Again,
interesting.
can we not do that in proximity around me? Or my house?
We're not
I'm not
turning
intending
it
on that,
on.
I just reiterating the situation that I have.
I'm sorry. Are you being extra jumpy about somebody having a tool around you when you tried to shoot my brother last night?
He deserved it.
In
You
fairness,
did.
he was goading him into it.
I did somewhat deserve it. I did say that to her.
You were very much goading him into it.
Yeah, I was trying to do the whole "you won't do this" kind of thing because you're a good person, but apparently, no.
Apparently, you're wrong.
Yes, quite wrong. You're an evil, evil man, Corvus.
I will get the local authority then.
Emotions get the better of us, and if I'll be honest, I know enough about the pistol you're willing to know that is.
Well, I stand down. We're handling this within the group.
Oh. Are we going to hobble him?
Which one?
Oh, not me, I hope.
The correct answer is yes.
Well,
Definitely
it
not
might
you.
take slightly longer to do both, but I suppose if that's your wish, General.
Oh, he's talking to you, right?
Yes. It's very confusing, I understand. Corvus, it is not acceptable that you can let yourself be goaded into just shooting somebody.
I'm very good at coding, though.
I'm sure that you're the best, I'm sure. But
As I
especially
said,
when they're trying to tell you that you're a good person.
As I said, I can say that with some knowledge that the pistol he's using is partially to blame for it.
Partial.
Why?
Oh, it's the evil act pistol.
It enhances malevolent wants in your mind. Makes you more likely to do them.
I still have a normal rifle that could
Well,
still
good,
work.
because you don't get to have the evil act pistol if it's going to make you shoot people.
I tell him to pull out the rifle and aim it with me, but I'm actually afraid he'd pull the trigger.
I really will make him sit a night in a jail cell if he tries to shoot you again. I'm not joking.
On the wind, you hear if anyone shoots in here, there's going to be a no guns rule in this place.
Surprised there isn't.
Actually,
Yeah, right?
at some point during this, there's probably a waitress.
I'm gonna
or
hold my
waiter
hand out.
that has said, "No, please do not
Give me
shoot
the
at
gun.
No.
That seems out to be necessary, Gifton.
No, if it's something that he is weak to and will cause him to do that, he doesn't get to have
I
it.
wanted to do that forever, Gifton. That gun just made me. Oh, sure. Why not?
Yes, apparently it's a bad thing because it lowers your inhibitions. It's just like telling RG not to drink so much. Give me the gun.
I'm not going to give you the gun.
Is it necessary to use force at this time?
Gifton, let him keep the pistol. I will keep an eye on him if that's what you want.
He doesn't get any more ammo. I look over at Jackson. He does not get any more ammo.
Very well.
The entire time this is all going on, Cass is actually trying to eat and just slowly.
You're so quiet.
Just pan camera to Cassie
You know,
sitting there with food shoved in mouth, just
might
staring up.
be a bad time to say this, but I am actually entirely out of ammo.
Okay. How much? What do you need?
I mean, just another clip would be nice. I don't like wandering around without.
Shaxan, can you?
Gotcha.
I can. And Jax will produce a clip's worth and hand it to him.
Thank you. So, haven't had a situation this awkward since Razem and Gifton did horrible things while I was there.
Please explain.
To be fair, Razem said you weren't there.
Razem told you that I was gone most of the time and dormant. Doesn't mean that I wasn't around.
Oh, so you were there for that, and when we...
I don't know which parts you're talking about, so I'm going to refuse to acknowledge any of it.
Did you not have an option to not be there?
Not entirely?
At the time, you didn't know me for anybody, so it shouldn't have been awkward.
Have you never felt awkward in retrospect?
I think you thought about it too much later.
Yes. Correct.
She has an embarrassable bone in her body.
Brownies are really shameless creatures. I am coming to learn this.
Listen, I did not kink shame the two satyrs that were totally getting at it when I got punted into the Fae yesterday.
Wait, what?
when that weird dude guy with the laser arm that went and I just like evaporated, I ended up right in the middle of a bunch of satyrs having a grand time. There's a slapping of flesh everywhere.
That reminds me, the weird dude arm guys.
Literally chewing her food even more annoyedly now.
So are we going to talk about what was under the mask?
What was under the mask? Did you pull the mask off? Huh?
Corvus.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah, we took Corvus back. So
No, one of the others.
No, there were more. Gifted.
It does make some level of sense. It does seem to be the only person that he trusted.
I'm not sure he trusted them that much if he did that to them.
Is it also
he also
awkward
is
to say
known to
that,
hate himself?
Corvus, your dad looked really fresh.
Yes.
I think that's something he was not thinking about, but yes.
I'm aware of that.
Oh, do you think he did that thing what like Lady Gentle did, where she made like two of her?
Probably.
You wouldn't.
Oh, what an awful thing to do.
I mean, he had all the time in the world.
Literally.
Could you imagine that he would do that and then victimize himself?
Honestly,
have you seen me, Gifton?
Yes, I've seen you, and you don't do that.
I mean, he has worked metal into his own arm to a severe extent.
He holds up his arm.
Yeah, but I mean, victimize another you like that. He is so far off. I actually don't believe whatever he was going to do with Albrecht was at all going to be kind. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to my friend. I would love to know what happened to him. Maybe try and find the answers. Yeah, we could ask.
I think that one it would be best if he stayed dead.
Oh, he would still be dead. He's just asking questions of the dead, right?
Mm-hmm. So we could ask questions of the dead. We could always hit up dear old Yamiel. I'm sure he'd love to talk to a dead man for us.
I believe Corvus is quite adept at him himself, aren't you?
I particularly prepared that spell today for that reason.
Well, Well, sounds like you have a lovely day planned.
I would personally
Well-
prefer that even if it is just a corpse talking, that the corpse stays dead and non-mobile.
So wait, if that means there's other corvuses, we're gonna need more boxes.
Corvi.
Corvi, yeah.
With how those ones have been left, they are being destroyed.
I mean, they were still corvus.
The technology, the things in them cannot be worked out, Gifton. If they are easy to find at all, we run the risk of someone getting that and doing that again.
Let me handle it then.
I mean, you're Hexenreicher, no? Corvus?
Yes.
Well, it's not beyond his people's faith to have immolation be their method of burial.
Yeah, why don't we do some pyres? We did that back in Zaha for the Hexenreikers there.
Then you can retrieve the technology or melt it from, all the same.
Also, yeah, let them right. There will be no need to retrieve it. It'll be gone as well.
Frankly, if you use that device to melt it away, I'm sure the heat will cause the immolation to begin with.
Yeah. You can say a few words and scatter them to the wind. Because they were likely just victims of this one version of Corvus. Maybe they were working with him, but they didn't sound like people when they talked. They were emotionless.
They were anymore.
Empty.
I do not think they were people anymore.
All right. Well, how long will it take for things to be ready on that, Cassie?
Coffin, Cassie. How
Yes.
long?
Waiting on metal work.
All right. What do you need? Handles?
I've already got it taken care of.
Why are you getting handles?
Coffin.
Coffin.
Has to be carried and lowered.
Right.
This is
I
a
mean, if you
bizarre
just want the
conversation.
pine box, you should have just told me.
No, I wanted it nice. I think that's good. I think that's good.
Where do you want to be buried? In all seriousness.
We could bury him up in Tarnstead, or we could bury him in the empty.
Where would you choose to rest?
If you could choose where you would rest, Corvus, where would it be? You want Hexenreich? Olfwood? Winden?
Tarnstead.
Tarnstead?
I'm kind of half tempted just to throw them in the empty.
Tamari's continent?
I'm kind of half tempted just to throw them in the empty.
I think we'll have less attendance for the funeral, and it'll have to be a bit abrupt, but maybe.
Just a big old coffin in the empty.
Mm-hmm.
The dreamer's just like, I knew him so
For the
well.
dreamer, I'll see some comedy in that.
Your father's gonna think we're doing some weird shit. He'll go for us.
I'm sure he'll get a kick out of it.
Or Tarnstead, I guess.
The ones we're gonna burn, we'll burn them in Tarnstead. The one on the
Why?
coffin. Because Tarnstead burned, they can burn with it. The one that is in the coffin, we'll take that one to the empty. How about that?
Just burn. No. Just burn the others wherever they are meant to be burned. They're not from here, obviously. They're not our.
You don't know who they are, Corvus. They are Corvus. We don't know anything about them. I won't throw them away and say that they aren't a Corvus that probably was loved by me at some point.
Is it possible they were created the same way that you were?
Some faculty. Or some faculty of it, possibly. I guess.
We will not be like him and devalue their lives. They were people. We don't know what their part was to play. We can give them proper rest in Tarnstead.
If we want to bury Corvus in Tarnstead, we can bury Corvus in Tarnstead. I am going to.
You're going to what?
I'm going to the empty.
Are you taking the coffin with you?
No.
Are you planning to return?
No.
I think he means when he has his end. Would be my guess, at least. Is that correct?
Yes. Bury Corvus in Tarnstead.
When you die, you want to go to the empty.
No. I'm going to the empty. It's not that I want to. I'm predestined to go there. He's looking at Raz when he says predestined.
No such thing.
I do believe that we have consistently defied destiny.
Mm-hmm.
No, you may feel like you have some kind of duty or that it is something you're supposed to do, but that does not necessarily mean you have to.
You can go talk to the dreamer then all you want.
No, it's not my job.
Then I'm going to the end. Bury Corvus in Tarnstead. So that's where we all started.
All right.
Thaldir is elsewhere, but that's...
We'll take the Corvuses to the Tarnstead then. Stead. We buried Thaldir in Dulwood because at the time it was our new home, and he loved Dulwood. Which, if we're gonna go over the dark topics of it, when I die, I wish to be spread in the woods near the river here. Light me on a fire and throw the ashes. Carrick.
Carrick's still not there.
Oh wait, Carrick's not here. Carrick will probably have his wife with a very eloquent way of handling it. Shaxon.
I do not intend to die.
Right, but if you do.
I'm choosing his answer.
Right, fine, Tilde.
Also likely an immortal being.
Yes, if it is possible that I die, dismantle me and distribute whatever pieces may be useful to the others.
Oh, that's horrifying.
You do all realize he's already done 10,000 years, right?
Yes, I know that. Cassie, how would you like to be handled if you die again?
I'm not going back. Nom.
Well, fine, all you motherfuckers can be immortal. I'm not. I'm going to just push off from the table and walk out.
Are you sure you are not, General?
I choose not to be.
You know,
we don't believe in predestination, Gifton.
That's why I still have a choice. I'm slamming the door.
I feel sorry for all of the other patrons.
I totally disagree.
The local crazies are in town. They hate it when we come back.
Well,
they really love it. Dinner and breakfast and show.
I think I'm going to storm off in the same direction because I have a job here apparently now. So good luck.
Before Raziel leaves, Shax will go. By the way, for what Gifton said about not allowed to give Corvus any more ammunition, in the context of this, any ammunition he already has would be fair game. Yes.
Yes, plenty to riddle me with, and he just finger guns at Corvus again as he stands up.
Don't. I will shoot you again.
Oh, I believe it.
Now,
Do
Be aware of
not
that
force
possibility.
me to remove an arm.
On me or him?
Choose.
That may be the easier alternative.
Cass, I'm 6'2". Corvus stands up.
And-
I've work
So
to
you
do.
are shorter than
And
both
Cass
of
is
us.
just giving him the flattest look. I've
Cass,
been to and I've been to
she's shorter
the
now.
absolute end of existence and back.
Oh, you don't know where you went.
I can break you.
And I am a mighty mage, and I can summon lightning. We're all very fierce, he says as he sort of...
Don't make fun of me.
I was waiting for that.
He pushes his chair in, just gives a sort of dismissive wave as he walks out the door.
Dismissive walks away. Screw this shit.
This has been another productive conversation. I am glad that I was here this time.
It's then what character.
I am certainly
Sure, for
no
your
way
someone's
angry
gonna
that we are
contact
not
you, somebody
on the
that-
airship.
Same with his wife. He hears something otherwise. He dealt with enough shit last night.
We'll
Yeah.
be headed there with a day or two till there. And it's already on the way to Exenric anyway, so there's nothing to do in that process.
So, how would people like to spend the next day?
I'm going to the airship.
Going to the airship?
I was actually gonna go to the airship until they just said that. And he was like, well, fuck, I'm still going. I gotta go check on Treble.
Trebles.
Yeah, Trebles. Is there a lot of little lights now?
There's a lot of little lights now.
All right, I'm gonna
There
start
isn't an
ferrying
airship
little-
anymore, though.
Before you
I'm
go.
gonna ferry little Trebles to Zaha.
Okay,
Are
take
you
it.
letting,
That's how I'm spending my next day.
or were you letting anyone know you were going to the airship before you left?
Yeah, I was telling James.
Oh, okay.
The only one that she actually likes now.
All these motherfuckers in there, I'm gonna live forever bullshit.
Oh
I
yeah, we
was,
probably should have mentioned that Carrick might live forever as well.
Yeah.
No, Eric's not living forever. Fuck that. He's got a wife.
Living for a very long time.
Yes.
Oh wait, is that an implication that the wife is going to cause your untimely death?
No, that's because he wouldn't want to live forever without her.
Even if she's going to cause her exactly that.
Okay, right, so Gifford's going to spend a day situating little Trebles back into Har.
Yeah, I will spend my day doing that. If anybody comes by, I will of course let them know. But yeah, I'll probably.
You're the only
I would-
one that has access to the airship. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
other than me.
Yeah, then you. I'm going to. You know what I will do? I will throw a thing to Shaxan because of the little pip thing. I'm going to be ferrying things around between Zaha and the airship if anybody wants to go. And I'm giving a short window of opportunity.
Shaxton doesn't tell Telday.
Yep.
Jax actually will tell Telday if you'd like to go to the airship. Giftman is going to be headed there today.
Would likely be a good idea to be there, and it appears that I am not helpful in this area.
You and me both, brother.
I'm going to finish preparing things and then probably be on my way later.
Okay, identifying magical items. I'm going to be forefront and say that most of this is like +1 knives, +1, fucking leather armor and shit. I don't think it's anything anybody would actually be interested in.
Corvus is keeping all the blades.
Yes. So if you want, you guys can just arrange to have this turned into fucking
Per
money.
my order, Corvus isn't allowed to keep all the blades.
No, you said ammo.
Shit ammo.
It's okay. I'm just gonna go waste a wish spell tonight to break every weapon that Corvus owns. Myself.
Alright, so Telday, you get a lift over to the airship.
Yay.
A whole new place to stand.
I'm just
Yeah.
putting the magic weapons in
I'm gonna
the
try
horde.
and help.
Oh,
I will thank Telday for coming over here to help with this.
they actually
and
seem to
then,
like latching onto him.
They do. Do you want any of these?
I
They-
fear that
they
I would
seem to-
forget to feed them.
They eat light.
Or any.
That sounds so
No,
like
I would most
obvious.
definitely forget to feed them.
They would feed themselves by you standing around. In fact, you're very reflective. I think you're attracting them.
Yes,
this
I
one
have had
doesn't want to
introspection.
come off.
Yes,
Oh, they're
this
just
has
standing there.
happened before.
I'm just
Tell me
gonna
this,
leave
then,
that
yes, I
one
am
there.
prone to introspection.
That one's just gonna stay there now.
If you stay here, you will be in danger. It just looks down.
There's a little flash of colours that seem to indicate danger.
Happy little chill noises.
Is he attached to the arm with the
It's on one of the pauldrons.
Oh,
I like the danger. I'm in danger.
wait, how long?
That's what I was thinking.
How long was the trip supposed to be? The airship to
A couple of weeks. We're only a couple
You're gonna
days
have
into
some
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
no, I was
couple
trying
of
to think
weeks,
if-
but with a danger area towards the end where teleportation starts to become.
Yeah, I was just trying
Yeah.
to remember if there
We're getting towards. We have like a couple days left. I'm going to
Be on there full time.
also aside to tell Day. Do you think it would be okay if because I want his input? Tell Day. We were coming very close to the point where we're going to need to stay on the airship now. I think we have most things kind of assimilated into good hands. The last thing I have that I would like to do, and I don't know should I wait till after, is hitting the armory in the Feywild. And given current circumstances, I'm not sure if I need to involve the entire group.
It may be a good idea to do so beforehand, just so we are properly armed if it is necessary.
But I'm thinking, given Corvus's volatility, I'm not sure I want him having access to those weapons.
I am not sure that his volatility would improve.
But I do think it could be tempted in a horrible way, as apparently he's falling into demon temptations very easily right now.
Corvus?
Yeah, Corvus. He's falling into demon temptations.
He did try to shoot somebody.
Okay.
He literally let a sword dictate his actions, or a gun dictate his actions, and he can
No,
shoot somebody.
I thought there was a second of quiet on my end, so I thought you had said and not Raz because he's falling into demon temptations.
No, but I'm considering just handling it, and I would appreciate your input on who do you think I should take with me, if anybody.
I would take Shaxon at the very least. He would likely be able to assist in identifying and assessing items.
This is the Mass
similarly
Effect
might be
2
able to.
section where you have to decide which party members are going where. If you choose wrong, they might die.
Okay, cool. All right. So,
fuck, we didn't do their loyalty missions.
I didn't do the loyalty missions with Shaxan, so I'm going to bring him and Cassie.
To be fair, it sounds like you might have not done Corvus's either.
I thought I did Corvus's and apparently backfired. Shot my
You got
brother.
the bad ending of the loyalty mission.
Yeah.
You did good aim, but then when they had the argument later on, you sided with the wrong person.
negative 50,000 loyalty all of a sudden. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Well, I will consider taking Shaxan. I'm going to take Dadriel because he actually is aware of what's in there, I think. So.
Yes, one of the angels would be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to take Dadriel because he can get in there and he's okay. And maybe Shaxan. But I wanted your input because I do value your opinion. Even though we don't always see the same sides. Yeah.
If I can assist in any way, please let me know, General.
If you feel that you would want to come, I would bring you as well. But I don't feel like you're very comfortable in the Fae.
I am not, but mission is the mission, and I will have no issue.
Well, I can tell you, you're just as valuable seeing to this here, and keep an eye out. Also, I will aside to you, if Corvus pulls a gun on anyone in this group or in this crew, again, he is to be put in cuffs.
To what extent?
Whatever you need to do to subdue him, and whatever you need to do to prevent loss of life.
Understood.
I would prefer he be taken alive and given a chance to sit it out in a jail cell, or we can figure it out. But if he has become that crazed that he is going to start trying to put bullets into our allies, I cannot tolerate that behavior. Not right now. Not when we're facing the fucking end of the world.
But you do trust him enough to bring him along with us.
I want to. And I know we need him.
Understood.
All right. And then that's my conversation with Telday. It's really a shiner.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Cassie,
Sorry, Telday, you got that.
Care and Razem will actually get their part of the stuff back to you rather quickly. Basically, by the end of the day, they have what you've asked them.
I will assume I have gotten the other components as well.
They you actually have to wait on the other components a little longer, but as they aren't an actual integral part of structure, they're more ornamentation. You can get started.
Okay.
On actually building this at the very least. And it's if you actually go by the Smiths by evening, then he will have it mostly done and can finish it up for you.
Yes.
So by day's end, you can actually have this coffin completed.
And that's what I shall do.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another carpentry roll. Let's see how good it is.
Okay. Clicky, clicky.
Okay, yeah, it's a nice, sensible coffin. Sturdy, robust.
Not ostentatious.
Not ostentatious. Yeah. Good job. I don't know. Do you want to be delivering that directly to Corvus's, or how you going about this?
Cass is going to wrap it up, so it essentially looks like a bundle of
Crates.
Nah, just like a bundle of wood.
There is no way, Toby, you can make a coffin look like a bundle of wood.
Yes, there is. If there is a will, there is a way.
I mean, you can cover it
put
up.
A coffin in the middle of a bunch of wood.
You're lashing wooden planks around a coffin, or wooden logs around a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then but you make sure the coffin is wrapped as well, so you don't damage the coffin.
Can I ask why?
Sneak it.
I mean, you're just like tripling the weight of what you're carrying. But I know you're strong, but
because at some point stuff will need to be brought to Cass. So Cass will have it finished and put away.
Okay. All right. You do that. Shaxton, are you going back to assisting Corvus, or what are you doing?
He'll probably go and give Corvus a hand if he feels, or if Corvus feels he needs it with what he's doing with the body.
Yeah, because I assume Corvus, you're going back to the other bodies.
Yeah, he left earlier, I guess, when everyone was leaving.
Okay. Right, so the two of you can get to work on the other bodies, which what exactly do you want to do with them? Do you want to separate out the tech for these as well, or are you just going to...
I think we're just going to emulate them, it sounds like, so...
Yeah, that's what I was intending. I was intending to do anything with them, so I meant, like, if he wants to go do the Speak with Dead with Dead Alter Corvus.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you could do that.
Yeah, and that's what Corvus was going to do.
Okay. Right. So you arrive back at the your little lab, and head on down where Corvus's body is.
Do you have any questions?
To be honest, the only one I could think of would be why, but that's kind of trite.
You do know that it's not him that's going to be talking. It's just what he knew. This figments, fragments, small things. It's not going to go into details.
I'll let you take lead, and if I think of something, I will ask to cut in.
Okay. Chorus will cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. There isn't a huge reaction, because magic doesn't work on Corvus. Even now.
Right.
We seem
My
to keep
idea
forgetting
of
that.
using Yamiel wasn't such a bad idea.
There's something internal doing this then.
I think it might just be the intrinsics of someone who's rejected magic so thoroughly. They're being.
Smart.
You literally tore everything about him apart.
Yeah, it's him.
If there
It's
had been
Corvus.
something, if there had been something that had been stopping it, I'm pretty sure with what we've done, we will have found it.
No, it's directly him.
Hmm.
He's he did it.
So that
Rejected
Corvus
natural
gets
force of the world,
that
so-
weird laugh, starts having tears in his eyes, and kisses his own forehead. Like, you beautiful bastard, you did it.
No, not the whole kiss in the forehead thing, but tears in the eyes and laughing and nodding.
I said it's basically as close to kiss the forehead as he would have gotten, right?
Yeah, because that's disgusting. Wow. Guess that ends that.
It is what it is. Did I get the last of it?
Does it work on the other ones though? Because there's more than one Corvus there.
We could try it on the others.
Would they have the
Maybe.
same knowledge pool, though?
They would maybe know something. I could
We could
try.
Pull up the corpse and pull it out and see what happens.
Yeah. Cast again.
We could try it on either of them.
Okay.
But we have to, after obviously we open the box.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright.
Otherwise, it's mumbled.
Okay. You pull one of them out and you cast it on that.
Yep.
Okay. The body shifts. There is a metallic inhalation.
Were you pulled from time to a place that you became this?
Went from familiar to unfamiliar.
Are there more of you besides the three?
Yes.
Will they still function without Corvus Adelas?
That's a really hard question because technically they are Corvus Aderlass.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of us function. Some of us don't.
Where?
Last saw room with the boxes fighting you.
It could mean the other one that's beside him.
Be able to distinguish number or anything like that?
Yeah.
You could always ask how many Corvus Aderlasses are there.
That is probably some more character to think of. They are smart enough. How many Corvus Atlas Salza?
It does not respond to you.
I have to ask the question. Sorry. I guess I could have relayed.
You asked the same
previous
question?
one. No, I don't.
Okay.
Are there fail safes in place for the death of Corvus Adolas?
Yes.
And you go quiet after that. That was the fifth one.
And the body stumps back again.
This isn't over. I can do this again tomorrow.
Well, you have another body, don't you?
We have a second body.
Yeah. Right, we have another body.
I was just say we can't do the same body for 10 days anyways, so.
Yeah. Get the other one. Let's get the other one out.
Jax will get him out, prop him against the wall.
Okay. Cast.
I would say, out of character, Jackson, you might want to encourage Corvus to organize some good questions with you, or encourage if you want to get any of your questions to him. Because
do you have any particular questions based off of what you heard?
Asking how many Corvus Atlas seems like a good step. That gives us a guessing point.
That is the number of Corvus Atalases existing.
1 or 4 or 5.
One of 4 or 5. Including me, Corvus.
Do you really want to ask that question?
No, he's talking to Sax. One of me, Corvus, and the 3. That would be 4 or 5.
It depends if he truly considered you one of them or not.
True.
You could ask
He did call me he called me the weak one. So I don't know. Are the fail safes of Corvus Adolas's death automatic?
Yes.
So it doesn't need any of them to do anything.
No.
Should ask what they are, maybe.
Should it be out of the scope to ask them what they are?
Use 2 questions on that, by the way.
I know. What are you?
Corvus Adolas. One of them. Failsafe. Guardian.
So they might be the failsafes.
So we only have if I am not counted, 1 left. 1 that can assume, I'm guessing, myself.
It depends if he is counting you or not.
Did Corvus Adolas count me as 1 of Corvus Adolas?
I did. And I did. And I did. And he did not.
If you gave 3 positives and a negative, we can assume that is all the courses that or from that we can glean that from.
They were in unison.
Oh my god, that means that's in the way that one just said that.
Mm-hmm.
That one was like the fourth iteration of doing the bullshit time travel thing, which means it was previously the other versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just 4 clones.
I don't know. Could be clones.
4 versions is pulled from time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 versions pulled from time.
Mm-hmm.
That should be 5, if I miscounted.
That does. From that, it does tell us theoretically that
You're out of
how
questions.
that gives us 3 positives and a negative, which would account for all 4 of the ones we know of. And it would also cover why the one answered in both the positive and negative, or how many courses there were.
Mm-hmm.
No, rather. Unfortunately, it does not tell us what the failsafes are.
They were. Which
I
I doubt that he.
Yeah, you really should ask what the failsafes were, because you're making a big leap that's all it was. Well, you got 10 days.
I doubt that he would have brought all his failsafes with him. I wouldn't find that very prudent to do.
It depends if he figured that he was going to be caught with his metaphorical pants down or not. Beyond that, having them all within easy reach, said if he goes down, one of them in to be the new cell.
Right.
That does seem prudent.
It's prudent to have that, but I never take anything that I plan the only plan. There's always another behind it.
Mm-hmm.
If I may be the parts of him that he rejected, but there are the things that I still have that he would have still had. And that would have still been his overbearingness to make sure that there is always an option.
You know what? Because DM hates seeing deliberation, think very, very, very carefully about what your final question is. I'm going to count that accidental slip of a question as part of the previous. You got one more. The body is still active.
Try asking what the failsafes were.
What were the failsafes?
Failsafe 1. I. Failsafe 2. Second. Failsafe 3. The third. On failure of all failsafes to extend the life of Corvus Adalas. Failsafe 4. Ensure the well-being of Albrecht Adalas. All assets will be redistributed. His future secured.
Fuck, if gentlemen didn't grab Albert while we were gone.
No one's checked on him since anything happened.
So that, yeah.
Calmly, and he'll put his fingers and go, Gifton, could you do me a favor and check in on Albert, please?
I'm just about teleported out. I've been teleporting all day.
Checks over repeating him.
Can you have Carrick luck?
I will get Garrick to yes. We just need someone to check to make sure he is okay.
Guess those ritual spells. Sam can't.
No, we can. I just have access to a lot of stuff, abilities to move.
Yeah. The thing is, you can cast it as a lower level spell. It's a high level spell for me.
6
Cora's cast is scrying on Albert.
It's a 7 for me. It's a whole level higher.
It's going on, Albert.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Sorry, it's 5th level.
Okay, you get a visualization of Albrecht. He is having breakfast with the Capace, it looks like. Or lunch. Yeah, being lunch at this time.
Lunner.
Does everything seem as it should be?
He's having lunch to Capace.
Well, it doesn't seem they grabbed him or anything like that, at least. It's for the better.
They don't have to be entirely truthful when they answer your questions, do they?
Not if they view you as an enemy.
Yeah. No compulsion to offer a truthful answer. If you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll allow an insight check if you guys want to figure out if it's being truthful.
I mean, okay.
I'll take it as a try. And I'll do my usual flash of insight.
What's that put that at 2?
27.
You're pretty certain this is being truthful? Yeah, this is being truthful, Corvus.
It seem to have no reason to be lying to us.
I have a feeling.
I don't think it could if it had wanted to.
Not incorrect on that.
Again, the weird thing of, am I an enemy to myself? I know some would say yes, but
again, you are a separate entity than the other one.
I know. He's just saying that.
Many different self and I conversations.
You literally did try to kill yourself before this all happened.
I don't.
Well, you also got asked, do the Corvuses that compose of these things have the same views as the Corvus that tried to kill him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
We know that he said that the 3 of them did not think me as.
No, the 3 of them did think you as Corvus. He did not.
He did not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they do, in fact, have a differing view.
So basically, like 3 of them are your brother, and one of them's an asshole.
I can't make a decision for Albrecht. I know Gifton and everyone else is going to run after Albrecht the moment they figure out that I had intentions with this.
From the sounds of it, it seems like for assets we don't know enough, money or books or what have you, intended to have them given to Albrecht, facilitate him gaining knowledge.
And I don't want to limit that.
I'll be honest, given that he has the ability to have everything that you have had access to, the only thing I would caution against letting Albrecht have would be Jax will calmly point over to Corvus's father's book would be that. But the misery it has caused to end with you.
I was never going to give I am nothing but a hypocrite.
Well, we can also hope that he held on to that same view.
I didn't see what all happened in the room. We were dealing with the gentleman. But given the reactions that Gifton was doing when I came over, would it be wrong to say that he may have been remorseful for what he did?
To be honest, I do not know. I think the one who would have the best guess at that would be you. He did not, from what I could see, seem remorseful. He seemed like his misguided attempts to exclude people were just that, misguided.
Well, it'll be some time before I can do this again, but we can if you want. I don't know how long Cass will need for the coffin, so.
I doubt that long. She's very gifted at what she does.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I don't think there's many more answers. It's best to let them let the rest, and close this chapter. Allow yourself a fresh page, more metaphorically.
Don't mention the thing about Albrecht to
I do
anyone.
not intend to.
Corvus smiles. I right.
Let's burn some bodies.
I guess we should collect the things and get everything ready. I'll check with Cass.
Well, we can pack them back in the crate for now, or perhaps haul the crate and then them upstairs, and then pack them in there up there, because I do not think either of us are strong enough to haul that damn thing upstairs.
Right. Yeah. Hadwin.
Okay. As Headwind comes down to help you start getting things moved about, and we start to drift into, well, are you going to call people back for a little funeral thing? How are you doing this? Are you just going to take the casket that Cass made and put a body in it and hold it off yourself?
I personally think calling Gifton back is appropriate.
I don't have that prepared.
I can do it. Jax will go. Gifton, we are just about prepared for everything for the funeral.
I'll see if Tilde wants to go back for the funeral.
I have little attachment to that form of Corvus, but if it's wished, I will attend.
No, there might be moral support for this form of Corvus.
If it is wished, I will attend then.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna bring care.
Yeah. As you all start to gather up.
I should bring a date.
Guessing I'm being let know.
Yeah, I imagine you're being let know. You will start to get together and gather up, preparing for the burial of a friend for some. And just
ARG.
Baby.
She had a baby.
RG don't want to move.
Archie had her baby the same time that Corvus died.
Yeah. That is actually where we're going to end this week's session. So we're going to start Cheery Funeral start next time.
Yay!
Funeral.
I don't like any of this last couple of sessions.
Everyone take 3,000 fun time XP and your one doody god favor.
Fuck the gods.
Piety.
Yeah.
Piety. Corvus, you shot my brother. I'm coming for you.
That.
And we'll do the same time next week.